After another impressive road trip, the Saskatoon Blades return home to take on the Brandon Wheat Kings. The Blades comfortably sit atop the East Division standings thanks to 10 wins in their last 13 games. As for the Wheaties, considered a preseason favorite to go deep into the playoffs, consistency has been a problem so far. Their longest winning streak of the year is only 3 games. Time to cash in at the Credit Union Center. The WHL on Shaw is next.
Good evening, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the WHL on Shaw. I'm your host, Dan Elliott. To get you set up for tonight's matchup, we begin with the Sobeys pregame show. Win 2, lose 1, win 3, lose 2, win 1, lose 3. That has been the season so far for the Brandon Wheat Kings. Consistency, yes, has been their Achilles heel. Last night, they had a chance for their first 4-game winning streak of the season, only to lose to Moose Jaw, the worst team in the Eastern Conference. The Warriors have just 8 wins in 30 games this year. However, 3 are over the Wheat Kings. Now, it won't help that tonight marks the final game for Braden Shen, Matt Calvert, and Keith Ollie, who are off to Canada's World Junior Selection Camp tomorrow. If they all make the team, they could miss a minimum of 9 games. Tonight, though, they are in the lineup, and they will be in tough versus the Saskatoon Blades. Now, after a slow start that saw them go 1-4 out of the gate, the Blades have gone on to win 21 of 27 games, including 12 straight on the road at one point. With more on our game this evening, time now to check in with our play-by-play crew, who is standing by the Credit Union Center in Saskatoon, Ray Morrison and Cam Moon.
And home sweet home for the Saskatoon Blades after a lengthy and successful Western Road swing. They're back at Credit Union Center to take on the Wheat Kings tonight. I have Cam Moon with me. I'm Ray Morrison, and welcome back to Saskatoon. Welcome back for the Saskatoon Blades to their fans, but were they good on their Western Road trip?
They've been unbelievable on the road all year long. They go 4-1 on their trip out through BC. They're 13-2 so far this year away from Saskatoon. At home, not quite as good, just 9-6-2, and this is the first game back after a long road trip, and traditionally, that's a tough one.
For the Saskatoon Blades, who are the Husky players to watch?
Well, we're taking a look at Stephen Elliott here tonight. He's ranked 5th by Central Scouting in the Western Hockey League, an offensive-type defenseman that has been red hot here lately. He has been getting the puck to the net, putting hard shots on goal. He has been a force. He's second in team scoring. We're also looking at Derek Kulak, the unequivocal leader of this hockey team. He was a unanimous vote by his teammates to be the captain of this team.
Yeah, Derek Kulak has been a tremendous story. He's been on a pretty good scoring streak, and he's a local guy, and the fans here love that as well. And let's join a Notre Dame Hound, the third member of our broadcast team. Tara Campbell is with Derek Kulak.
Derek, the team's back at home after a great trip out to BC. What do you do to translate that success here at home?
I think we just got to keep doing what we were doing on the road. We kept things simple. We worked hard, chipped pucks, and we just went to the dirty areas and found ways to win. And obviously that last game against Vancouver didn't go the way we wanted to, but we just need to again keep it simple and get back on the winning ways here.
All right, now Brandon's coming off a tough loss against Moose Jaw last night. Does that make them a tougher team to face tonight?
Oh, they're going to be gunning for us. We're the first place team right now, and they gave us all we could handle last time. They took a win out of here, so we definitely got to stay focused and, like I said, just do whatever it takes to win.
All right, great. Thanks a lot, Derek.
All right, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Tara. Brandon Wheat Kings coach Kelly McCrimmon has been fairly happy with his team as of late. Last night, though, they let one get away.
Oh, they sure did. A 2-0 lead after the first period for the Brandon Wheat Kings. Things were looking pretty good. They jumped on the Warriors early, scoring within the first minute, adding another one later in the first period. So it looked like business as usual for the Wheat Kings, but it got away. In the second period, the Warriors come on strong. They tie the game up at 2. They take the lead on a Travis Hamonic goal from the point, and they're able to get the game winner from Jason Bass from a real tough angle. And it certainly would have been a very quiet road trip back here into Saskatoon.
Let's take a look at the Husky players to watch from the Brandon side, Cam.
Braden Shen, he's ranked 3rd in the Western Hockey League by Central Scouting in the preliminary. A real physical forward, gets a lot of points. Also Scott Glennie on a 12-game point streak coming into tonight's action. He's ranked 4th by Central Scouting. We've got a lot of top-end draft prospects in this game, and you're looking at two of them. Braden Shen, he'll be going to the Team Canada Junior Camp on Thursday.
Yeah, there are 3 players that are on their way to that camp for Brandon, and Kelly McCrimmon has to get used to life without them, and no doubt in the wake of that, he will turn to players like Scott Glennie. Scott is downstairs with Tara.
Scott, the team had a disappointing loss last night against Moose Jaw. Are you going to come out more focused here in Saskatoon?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're going to come out here, we're going to work real hard, get pucks in the net, and hopefully get a win out of here.
All right. Now you yourself, you're having a great season. How much of your success do you attribute to your line mates?
Oh yeah, they're obviously playing with great players, and I think we're playing real well this year. We had a bit of a slow start, and I think we're picking up a lot right now, and I definitely give a lot of credit to those guys. They definitely set me up a lot, and I think it's great playing with them.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And here are your Waste Management starting goaltenders tonight, Andrew Hayes and Braden Holtby, as we send it back to WHL Central.
Thanks a lot, guys. Love that duster on Derek Kulak. All right, well, the Blades themselves will have 2 players taking part in this year's World Junior Championships in Ottawa. Milan Kittner, who has emerged as the team's first-line center, will play for his native Slovakia, and blue liner Jiri Niemi will play for Finland. Now, the tournament opens up, as usual, on December 26th. Looking forward to that one. All right, thanks for watching. That is it for the Sobeys pregame show. The drop of the puck is coming up next after the break here on the WHL on Shaw.
Back at Credit Union Center for the 3rd meeting of the year between the Blades and the Brandon Wheat Kings. Let's take one more peek and a closer look at our goaltenders. Andrew Hayes from Sherwood Park is the shootout leader in the Western Hockey League. 6 saves on 6 shootout shots this season. The Marshall, Saskatchewan product, Braden Holtby, the Washington Capitals draft choice, in net for the Blades. The referees, Adam Biblow and Regan Vedder. The linesman, Jason Roy, Chad Williams, and we are about to get set camp for the 3rd meeting of the year for these teams. Blades, no doubt, glad to be back at home.
Oh, no question. Always tough that first game after a long road trip, but good-looking crowd so far here. They keep rolling in for a midweek. Looks pretty good.
Play at center with Jiri Niemi stepping back. Gives up the puck to Lowry of the Wheat Kings, and the Wheat Kings will be forced to retreat as Tegan Zahn picks up the puck. Gloved ahead by Brandon as they try to take control of the neutral zone over the glass. On a play into the bench.
Well, the Saskatoon Blades getting back after that long road trip. They lost just the last game of that trip against the Vancouver Giants. And head coach Lauren Mulliken, assistant coach Dave Struch, really happy with the effort throughout going through BC. And the team hasn't played at home since late November. Victory against the Prince Albert Raiders, and certainly happy to be back on home ice.
Milan Kittner against Braden Shen on the face-off. Much more in this talented Brandon team as the evening rolls on here. Aaron Bestlin trying to get the puck out. An opportunity for the Blades for close range. Kulak, our pregame interview, with an early chance here. Elliott moves it for Clausen. Back to Stefan Elliott, who can't hold the line and has to step back out to center. Kittner playing it in. Now here's an opportunity for Bert Gallimore. Scores! Bert Gallimore, the rookie who has done a sensational job, second among rookies in the league with 14 goals on the season, puts the Blades on the board.
Well, Gallimore taking advantage here. The Wheat Kings will not be happy about giving up an odd man rush and a bad pinch, and Gallimore is able to walk right in. He had another guy with him. He had options. It makes it tough for Bestlin back there, who took a bit of a guess. Thought Gallimore would go to the outside. Great job to cut to the inside by Gallimore and snapping that one home.
So early on, the home side gets the crowd on board with a goal. Looking for more. Lankow with a shot, scores! And 1 minute, 11 seconds into the hockey game, it's 2-0 for Saskatoon.
Well, Lanko's all over this. Has nothing but room. High in the slot. That's prime scoring area. Sure, at Hayes, would like to have that one back. You want to make the stop from there and keep your game into it, or keep your team into the game, but Lanko is just able to wind right up and pick a spot. A good setup, but there's Lanko with a lot of room. Hamilton drove in there and maybe created a bit of that room, but give Lanko credit for being able to step up and put that over the blocker side on Hayes.
Brandon shell-shocked on their heels a little bit early in this one.
This is 17 seconds apart.
That is amazing for a Wheat Kings team that traditionally plays pretty well and pretty tough.
Well, they're coming off that game last night, which they had a 2-0 lead, and they lost to the Moose Jaw Warriors, a team that's last in the Eastern Conference. And there's no question that didn't sit well with the team, sit well with the coaching staff. But to start off, to be down 2-0, you're not even 2 minutes into the game, they're really going to have to battle from here.
Tegan Zahn bumped there by Cale Jeffries, but Darren Jasinski gets the puck out for the Blades. Moves it into the Brandon zone. Chad Erb plays it on the far side, then takes the return pass from Bestlin. As Brandon tries to get the puck out. Having some trouble doing that even. Galen Patterson working hard. Out there with Walker Wintoniak, and now play is whistled down, gloved ahead.
Now, Saskatoon just jumping all over Brandon here in the first period, and Bert Gallimore gets it going first as Gallimore in on a 2-on-1 and just able to put that pass. Hulak was with him, so there was options. So Hayes couldn't play that overly aggressive, knowing that Gallimore can move that thing across, and then Lanko just high in the slot, able to snap one home. And when you jump on a team like that, and I talked in before the game about it being tough the first game after a long road trip. Well, the Blades didn't get the memo on that.
They didn't see that.
No, they chose to ignore it completely.
This Blades team has been on an incredible roll as of late. Points in 6 of their last 7 games. We talked about winning 4 of 5 on the road. They lost the last game in Vancouver after a win over Chilliwack the night before.
Well, on the positive side for Brandon, they saw a 2-0 lead expire last night in Moose Jaw. They've got a lot of game to work with here. Kelly McCrimmon, a long time here with the Brandon Wheat Kings, that started as assistant coach, assistant GM, and now working his way up, and part of the ownership as a general manager and head coach of the team. Does a great job here, though, with the Wheat Kings. They have been contenders for many years.
Walker Wintoniak trying to move the puck in. Milan Keetnar stepping in against Braden Shen. Shen plays it on the near boards. Colby Roback back for Shen. High fly ball out to center, and play whistle down. Knocked ahead with a high stick.
Well, Braden Shen has just been so solid for this team. He's part of the under-18 at the Ivan Halinka tournament, picking up a gold medal with Canada, and now vying for a spot on that Canadian national junior team. He leaves on Thursday to go to Ottawa, and the Wheat Kings will be without 3 players as far as going to the Canadian national junior team. But when he's banging bodies and going hard to the net, he's his most effective.
Darren Bestlin is stopped, and that's Hamilton for the Blades, moving it down deep. Chad Erb going back forward as Brandon has spent most of this game in their own zone. 4-1 already. Shots on goal, 2-0. Adam Chernenko plays it to the far side. Chad Erb moves that ahead for Brandon. This is Lankow playing it back for Ryan Funk. Him and Brandon Wall play catch. Now Lankow will just lift that puck down into the Brandon end. An opportunity for Hamilton. Scores! Curtis Hamilton with his 6th of the season, and already the Wheat Kings trail by a field goal.
Oh boy, you talk about your all-time bad starts. Not going good for Brandon, great for Saskatoon. Curtis Hamilton, who had been out for quite a while with an injury, game's under his belt now, and just makes the move. Just goes to the puck, just finds some open space. There's been a lot of it for the Blades. Nothing going right for Brandon. Everything going right for Saskatoon. Anytime you're getting 3 goals on 5 shots, you got to be happy with that. And James Priester, who played last night against the Moose Jaw Warriors, knows that he's probably 1 goal away from going in the game.
Well, wisely, Kelly McCrimmon has to settle his hockey club down, and it's kind of funny because his description of his team prior to the hockey game, talking about the top defenseman in the league, Keith Ollie, talking about his 3 good lines, talking about all the things he talked to us about prior to the game, have just disappeared in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. But a good call by Kelly to make the timeout. Rally the troops, try and sway the momentum somehow. Heck, yell at him a little bit.
Do anything and see if it works. Put it against the wall, see if it sticks.
Yeah.
Milan Kitnar with some good hustle. Keith Ollie back in his own zone to see if he can get the puck out. Scott Glennie, who scored 3 goals last time Brandon was here, including an overtime winner. If there's any of that magic, Kelly McCrimmon would like to see it, and now. This is Kitnar. To center, lifts the puck down into the Brandon zone. Keith Ollie goes back forward against Bert Gallimore. Kitnar on the forecheck, but Matt Calvert brings the puck out along with Glennie. This is Scott Glennie over the line. Plays that into the corner. Calvert and Shen back there seeing what they can make happen. Glennie upended by Kitnar, no call. Sam Clausen plays the puck ahead and the Blades get it out. This is Hulak at the line with a long floater that goes wide of the net. Galen Patterson steps up, puts it behind the net. That puck is picked up by Jay Fair. Yuri Niemi for the Blades at center. Puck going back into that Brandon net again. Centering pass. Patterson tried to get it for Zerzinski, but Colby Rollback takes control of it. 3 goals in less than 4 minutes to start this game for the Blades. Patterson. That is easily handled by the Brandon goaltender. And now this is Lowry with it for the Wheat Kings. Matt Lowry tries to move a pass in for Clark. Can't get it to him. Andrew Clark trying to hold that puck in along with his Brandon mates, but they can't. And they're forced to retreat.
Blades are doing a really good job of getting back into their end as a pack of 5 and keeping it to the outside. The last thing they want to do is give up one here and get the Wheat Kings back into the game.
Zerzinski trying to outrace his man as Brody Melnichuk goes after the puck. Del Cowan lifts it into the Saskatoon zone. Nathan Green trying to hold it in, number 19, but the Blades do manage to get the puck out. Down the ice, icing the call.
Well, Derek Hulak of the Saskatoon Blades is sporting an outstanding stash, I might add. Quite a few of the guys on the Blades are going with this look right now. But just been such a good leader for the club this year. Has not only been leading them on points, but certainly leading them emotionally as well.
6 points in a 4-game stretch from November the 28th to December the 3rd for Derek Hulak. This is Keith Hawley with a shot through traffic. That one missed the net. Curtis Hamilton hustles over and gets the puck out, and Hawley is forced to retreat. Adam Chernenko puts the puck behind the Brandon net. Colby Rollback goes back for it. Tries to play it up for Scott Glennie, but Sam Clausen pinches in. And now Glennie starts away. Matt Calvert. Pass across. Tried to get it over for Braden Shin. But Chernenko will bring it back. Hamilton follows up. Long shot from center ice. Some sarcastic cheers as Andrew Hayes gloves that one.
Heard those before. In the same rink, no less.
Yes, Cam Moon, the stellar one-time goaltender for the Saskatoon Blades, has played a few games here. Dangerously out in front, but the Wheat Kings are there. Here they come. 3 of them trying to make something happen. Del Cowan trying to center the puck. Melnichuk forced to retreat. Milan Kitnar sends it into the Brandon zone as the Blades go for a change. Brody Melnichuk gets to the line, will lift that in. Probably the best option right now for Brandon is to play it that way.
Well, the way the Blades are standing up at the blue line, you don't have much else as an option because you're unable to get over the blue line controlling the puck.
Inglis with a shot, and that is stopped by Andrew Hayes.
Well, Keith Hawley of the Brandon Wheat Kings is going to go to that World Junior Camp on Thursday as well. 208 career game here tonight. The Calgary Flame 4th rounder 2007 is still looking for that contract from the Flames. I guess barring that, would go back into the NHL draft. I'm sure somebody would snap him up because he's been outstanding this year right from the start of the season.
Dog River. Rollo, Saskatchewan.
Yes, that is a claim to fame in itself, isn't it?
Paul Chiarelli, there's a look at one of the Brandon Wheat Kings, and it's going to be interesting to watch these young guys have to step up. No other team in Canadian junior hockey is going to send 3 players away to this camp like Kelly McCrimmon is, and he will be counting on a lot of young guys to kind of fill in the gaps.
Oh, that's right. And Brandon Wheat Kings are going to get hit hard at World Junior time. So the Spokane Chiefs, they've got 3 guys going to the American team, and as well as a few others. So they're really going to be in a bind also.
Charles Inglis doing some work for the Blades, number 41, but Brandon gets it ahead. Here's Chiarelli, the aforementioned Wheat King, with a quick backhand. Stopped by Holpe. They step out, try to make something happen as Stone takes a backhand that's knocked away. Mark Stone trying to get a shot on goal. Brendan Wall for the Blades. Jay Fair keeps the puck in, tries to turn away from his man and get it deep. Ryan Funk for Saskatoon. That puck took a funny hop and ended up back on Funk's stick. Brandon trying to take control and at least get a shot here, being outshot 8-2 so far. Now this looks a little more like the Brandon team we're used to seeing, with some sustained pressure finally in the Saskatoon end.
Well, the Brandon Wheat Kings going into the break, missing some guys after Thursday. Keith Olley's going to be one of those players, but also Braden Shen, Matt Calvert. You know, all 3 of those guys make the team. They're going to be gone for 3 weeks in total, I guess about a month, but there's a week in there that's a Christmas break. It's amazing you look at the commitment that the teams in Major Junior make, sending their players to Hockey Canada for this event since 1982 with the Program of Excellence. It has been outstanding for Hockey Canada. It's also been outstanding for these players when they come back to the Major Junior clubs.
Well, let's take a look at the 3 goals that the Blades have put on the board so far here tonight in an early, quick start for the home side.
Yeah, Saskatoon's just been so good at jumping on opportunities early in the game. Bert Gallimore, the first one, putting it on goal, able to find a way by Hayes. And then Lanko, lots of room in the high slot area. And then after that, Hamilton is able to go right in towards the net. Curtis Hamilton pretty excited about that one. And Andrew Hayes looking to mix in some more saves here because he absolutely has to shut the door at this point. The Blades have been great at jumping on their opposition.
Andrew Clark against Galen Patterson on the draw. Quick shot, didn't miss by much. Now this is Jay Farrell on the boards. Plays it for Lowry. Clark centering pass. Brandon getting back to that hard work that Kelly McCrimmon likes to see. Wasn't there early and it cost him. Clark trying to wrap around, doesn't work. Zerzinski gets the puck out. Arian Zerzinski on the chase, trying to work against Brody Melnichuk. Back down to the Saskatoon end. Tegan Zahn. A pass ahead, Galen Patterson with Zerzinski out there as well. Zerzinski tries to get a pass across for Wintoniak, and they try to stuff that in, but that doesn't work, and Brandon tries to generate something with Glennie back out on the ice against Yuri Niemi. Puck held in by Keith Olley, who's bumped by Gallimore. Patterson trying to get the puck out. Tegan's on, Gallimore, they do manage to get it to center. Colby Roback will send it right back into the Saskatoon zone, though. Perhaps the longest 10 minutes in the Brandon Wheat Kings season. You just witnessed it. Derek Hulak for the Blades. For Milan Kedar, who shoots off the iron. No goal. Immediately waved off by the official. But the Blades again humming around that Brandon net. They have 3. They're looking for more. Blades will just not let up here.
Well, Keatnar had some room too. He put it square off the iron. Like that came right back the way in which it came in. So that was a good shot by Keatnar. Half an inch over to the inside. That's in the net.
Gallimore sends it into the Brandon zone. Mark Schneider with the puck. Pass ahead. Nathan Green moving it into the Saskatoon end, and Green picks it up. Plays it down. Brandon cycling the puck now. Seeing if some of that will work. Aaron Lewandowski trying to turn with it. Hamilton up for Lankow. Long shot. Hamilton hoping to bat one out of the air. Hamilton now on the forecheck on the far side against Lewandowski. Brandon trying to make something happen against Brandon Wall, but the Blades are content to just stand their ground here.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of that.
Closing off the lanes.
Yeah, they're
not panicking. Yeah,
there's not a lot of open ice once they get near that Blade blue line.
Paul Chiarelli turns, tries to fire it ahead for the Wheat Kings. Eventually the puck sent down into the Saskatoon zone.
Oh, Brandon Wall right there, stepping up on Stone, not allowing him to skate into the blue line. He just steps up as soon as that puck came to Stone in the neutral zone, and he had to dump it in.
7:46 left to go in period one. Blades up by 3, just about 4. You're watching Western Hockey League action on Shaw TV.
Back with head coach Lorne Mulliken. Your team has come out flying. What did you say to them prior to the game?
Well, I just think that, they're excited about being back at home, and, they know what type of effort we need to put in here against a real good hockey club in Brandon.
All right, now, the success here in Saskatoon has surprised a lot of people this year. Has it surprised you?
Well, not at all. I think that, we've got a group of guys that work extremely hard, and certainly the biggest thing is we have to maintain our work ethic and make sure that we stay focused here for 60 minutes tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, Lorne.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tara. Yeah, I do think that Lorne Mulliken always realized this team's potential, even without Colton Gillies.
Well, yeah, Colton Gillies stays in the NHL, but that hasn't hurt this team at all. They won 8 of their last 11 last year. They didn't make the playoffs, but they came darn close to doing it and virtually returned most of the club. And they've come back a year older, a year wiser, and a year better, and absolutely committed to the program. And as a result, they've been extremely successful. So it shouldn't come as a shock to anybody that the Blades are one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference this year.
Face off to the right of Braden Holtby. Jay Fair with the puck. Plays it out in front. Clark couldn't get good wood on it. Herb with a shot through traffic. This one is gloved as Brandon tries to sustain some pressure. As I mentioned, being outshot 8-2 in the early stages of this one. The Blades are at home, and they are a very good team, but I don't think anyone expected this sort of dominance in half a period of hockey. Brandon Wall for the Blades trying to get the puck out. Clark keeps it in. Fair lifts one up high. Now this is Lowry with it. Jay Fair behind the net. Turns, tries to stuff it in. Rebound in front, and Holtby gloves that with the Wheat Kings buzzing around the Saskatoon net.
Well, they need to do anything right now just to get themselves back in it. You get that little timeout and an opportunity to regroup, and now to finish off the first period strong. And Fair just seeing that he had an opportunity to get it there, probably wishing that puck would bounce off a Holtby a little bit farther and have a bigger rebound to create more of an opportunity. But the Wheat Kings, they just need small victories right now. They certainly need the next goal.
Derek Hulak tries to get the puck by Keith Ollie, but Ollie lifts it right back into the Saskatoon end. Stephen Elliott. Milan Keitnar making sure Brandon doesn't wheel away and get an opportunity here. Trying to keep the Wheat Kings to the perimeter. Calvert and Shen against Elliott and Keitnar. Shen does manage to kick the puck loose on the near side. Sam Clausen couldn't catch up to it, and the Wheat Kings trying to keep control of it. And down low, Calvert, a centering pass for Glennie. That doesn't work, and now this is Hulak with it for the Blades. He'll just lift it down into the Brandon zone. Colby Roback and Hulak both go for the puck. Braden Shen cruises through, picks it up, and then Keith Ollie plays it ahead. Glennie with a burst of speed. He's stood up by Clausen, and there's going to be a call here, and this one is going to go against the Saskatoon Blades as Clausen stood up his man at the line. He wouldn't let Scott Glennie by, and the Brandon Wheat Kings will go to the power play.
Well, Clausen just trying to hold up a little bit. Go back to the old days, the Western League and the National Hockey League. And by old days, I mean about 4 years ago. You can probably get away with that, but not anymore. So the Wheat Kings, they get a chance here in the power play. They had a pretty good power play. It's 8th in the Western League, just under 20%.
Green, Fair, and Clark are the forwards for Brandon. Just less than 6 minutes to go. Dominant performance by the Blades at home tonight. Brandon looking to respond. Green plays it back to the point. Roll back for Lowry, who steps between the circles. Back for Roback, does manage to hold it in. Fair tries to move it out for Clark, but the Blades will take control and get that puck the length of the ice.
Well, now the Wheat Kings will go with Calvert, Shen, and Glennie. Another very good trio to have as your second power play unit. On some nights, definitely their first power play unit. I'm sure they can alternate between the two.
Scott Glennie knocked down by Ryan Funk, and the Blades get the puck to the line. Lewandowski holding it in, though, along with Keith Hawley with a shot, and that is gloved by Holtby, and he hangs on.
Matt Calvert of the Brandon Wheat Kings missed the last couple of games with a sore back. He didn't play last night against the Moose Jaw Warriors. And definitely Wheat Kings very excited to have him back in the lineup. The Columbus Blue Jacket 5th rounder in 2008. He'll be off to the World Junior Camp on Thursday, but to get an impact player like that back in the lineup is certainly good news for the Brandon Wheat Kings.
Keith Hawley. That shot is blocked, and the Blades managed to get the puck down into the Brandon zone again. Less than a minute to go in this power play opportunity for Brandon here. Keith Hawley looks, plays it ahead for Glennie, who was knocked down by Zahn, and that's going to be a penalty call to Tegan Zahn. So for 34 seconds, Brandon will have a two-man advantage on the kneeing call.
Yeah, Zahn stepped up, took his guy out. He's not in agreement with this. He was trying to catch him with a hip, but he got him with the knee. So those can be dangerous, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Good to see Glennie got right back up after that play. That gives the Wheat Kings a great opportunity here. 34 seconds of 5-on-3 time.
Green, Clark, Fair, Lowry, Roback on the ice.
Lowry normally a forward, but playing the point on the power play.
Matt Lowry on that near point here. Colby Roback on the far side. Fair parked in front of the net. They tried to get the pass across to Clark. Didn't work. Then the shot. Clark. Oh, Holtby shut the door once, maybe twice on the Wheat Kings.
Clark was robbed. He had a great chance there, and Holtby came across extremely quick to keep that out.
3 wins in 4 games for Braden Holtby. As the two-man advantage is now over, but Brandon's still working with the power play for the next minute 18. Clark stepping to the near side for Lowry, who tried to punch it back to Clark, but he wasn't ready for it. Jay Fair down low for Clark, who tries to stuff that in. Green banging away at it. Somehow that puck stays out. Miami takes Green into the boards. Centering opportunity for Clark doesn't work. Now this is Roback for Lowry. A good job by Galen Patterson to knock that puck away. Brandon forced to retreat. The Blades will step back, take a little time. Shen and Calvert come back out for Brandon. A little over half minute to go on this man advantage. This is Braden Shen trying to work his way in, but it's a 1-on-5 basically, and the Blades send that right back down the ice.
Yeah, not much of a chance again in the zone with control of the puck that way.
Lewandowski with a pass for the streaking Keith Hawley. Jeff Calvert bumped by Hamilton. Brandon picking up their pace now. Out in front on the doorstep. No, Shen is there. That puck literally lying on the goal line, did not go in, and the referee, Regan Vetter, was right there.
Well, sometimes you have to have a little luck on your side. And Braden Holtby, maybe he does on this one. That one squeezed in behind him, and it was sitting there for a moment as they hack away at it, and it banks in behind him, and Shen just can't quite get his stick on it before Holtby gets the glove on it.
One more
there was an opportunity as it hit the back of the skate of Holtby. That almost went in.
Good job by Holtby to keep that puck out. Clausen ahead to Hulak. Hulak turning away. Milan Kitnar. Kurt Gallimore tries to step in. Now it's Yuri Niemi for Clausen. Sam Clausen just steps to the line and lifts it in. Look at Kitnar racing in. Paul Chiarelli turns, gets the puck out. Chiarelli has to go back toward his own line again. Chad Erb tries to play that puck ahead for Stone. Holtby for Funk. I'm not sure Funk thought that puck was coming his way.
Holtby's just keeping him honest.
Keep your defenseman awake.
That's right.
Benefit him down the road. Ollie and Erb going back for it. Hamilton on the forecheck. Adam Chernenko now stepping up. Erb with a pass across. Too far for Ollie. And Yuri Niemi. Back for Tegan Zahn. Zahn tries to step away from Fair. Chris Lankow. Number 11, Adam Chernenko, number 44. This is Curtis Hamilton with it now, and he'll just lift it in. Chernenko on it as the Blades look to take control of this puck again in the Brandon zone. Ollie upended. That's what you call it when there's no call, right? Upended. Elliott with a shot through traffic. The Blades looking good now, looking sharp. 1:05 to go in the first. And Brandon does not have much going for them. Maybe here. Fair with a shot. That one stopped by Holtby as Holtby gave that away inadvertently. Melnichuk bumped off the puck. Colby Roback, a fly ball. Too far for Aaron Lewandniak. And with 41.9 seconds left, icing is called.
I know they're up 3-0, but there's no sense in turning it into a make-work project, which is what Braden Holtby does here when he fires that one. Not quite up the middle, but certainly in the way of the Brandon Wheat Kings. He got back under control. My guess is the anxiety level went up a few notches when he saw where that puck was going after it went off his stick, but he got back no problem.
He looked and saw Jay Fair and went, oh my, that might not have been a good idea. Brandon Wall playing the puck ahead for Galen Patterson. Patterson stepping over the line with Czersinski moving in as well. Patterson circling. Brandon brings the puck back. Long shot. Holtby handles that easily. Lewandniak from a tough angle tried to play pinball with it. This is Green. Tries to stuff it in on the short side, and Holtby's content to tuck that against the post with 4.6 seconds left. First period.
Well, since the timeout, the Brandon Wheat Kings have got their feet underneath them. They're starting to play a little better. They're starting to control the puck more. They're certainly not giving up the odd man opportunities they did in the first 4 minutes of this game. So they can take that with them into the first intermission. And now they have to find a way to start generating things offensively.
Roll back, quick shot. Holtby steers that one into the corner, and that will take care of period one. It is a shocker, to say the least, as the Blades have a 3-0 lead over Brandon after 20 minutes of play here at Credit Union Center as we send it back to WHL Central in Vancouver.
All right, thanks a lot, Ray. Here is what's on tap for the first intermission. Scott Rintoul is here to dish on the latest rumblings around the league inside the WHL. Blades forward Chris Lankow has got a goal and assist tonight. He will be our guest ringside, plus a feature on Saskatchewan native and Kootenay Ice blue liner Braden McNabb. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the best junior hockey in the world. This is the WHL on Shaw. Saskatoon Blades scored 3 goals in the first 3 minutes and 49 seconds, and they have that 3-0 lead through one period of play over the Brandon Wheat Kings at the Credit Union Center. We are back here at WHL Central in Vancouver. Scott Rintoul is also here to go inside the WHL. What's going on tonight?
Dan, I think I'm wondering the same thing everyone's wondering. Have you gotten my Christmas gift yet? Have you purchased it yet?
It's a long list. You're kind of at the bottom of where my priorities lie, I'll be honest with you.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Well, the Kootenay Ice for Christmas, they're looking for a goaltender these days. Maybe you can just shed the light on the situation that's going on there.
Well, Thomas Heemskirk, the guy that they decided they were going to go with, they had a nice situation, an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old in net, Dan. They decided at the start of the season they'd trade Chris Lazarick, and all of a sudden Thomas Heemskirk has decided to walk away from the team. He's just decided he doesn't have the passion to play hockey anymore. He says it's something he's been thinking about for over a year at least. Those are the comments we heard secondhand out of the Kootenay Ice camp. And I don't know that you can really blame the kid if he doesn't want to play. Look, I understand and I sympathize with the organization here, Dan. It would be extremely tough to lose the guy you projected at the start of the year and have been playing as your starting goaltender. But at the end of the day, the WHL is simply too much of a dedicated, it's not a profession, but I mean, it's not a hobby either. I mean, these kids got to work hard to be in this league, and if you're not passionate about the game, it's too much time and too much work to be doing it.
Well, I guess you said it right there. It's a ton of time. And these guys nowadays who are making this commitment, not just at 16 and 17, they're starting as 13, as 12-year-olds playing, 4 or 5 times a week. Is it too much too early that they're almost getting burnt out at this point in time?
Well, I think in certain personalities it is. I mean, this doesn't happen very often, so I think you would have to say no, because most of the players playing in the WHL, the OHL, the Q, they all love the game and they all have the passion for the game. Every once in a while you have a situation like Thomas Heemskirk has encountered here, Dan, and he's just lost the love for the game. Maybe it's temporary, maybe it's permanent. You're not sure. It would be tough to go back now. We did see this with a junior player this year, Stefan Lejeune, with the Columbus Blue Jackets, a former world junior for Canada. He lost the love of the game, and he was a kid who was projected to be on the Blue Jackets roster this year. He recently came back to the Blue Jackets organization after some time away. So maybe after stepping back, after taking some time, Thomas Heemskirk regains that love for the game.
I think that's what the feeling for a lot of people. They would just assume, because a guy who's done so well in the game and played it for so long, that they would assume it may just be a temporary not necessarily setback, but just decision to pull himself away from the game. Is there still, you think, an opportunity down the road to come back to Kootenay, or would that be a tough situation?
Well, Kootenay has said it would be a tough situation because realistically, at the end of the day, black and white, he quit on the team here. And you understand the situation and you offer as much support as you can as an organization. But again, he left that locker room, and can his teammates trust him again? If he does come back, perhaps it's somewhere else.
All right, we're going to move on. World Junior Selection Camp opens up tomorrow in Ottawa. Jordan Eberle of the Regina Pats will be there, but he injured himself on Sunday. He has a strained hip flexor. Let's first off deal with the situation with Team Canada. I mean, for them, I pretty much think he'll be a lock for this team, so it's just a case of maybe not force him back too quickly, let him be ready for that first game.
Well, he seemed like a lock for the team, and we talked about this when the World Junior roster was announced last week. That being said, let's not count our chickens here, Dan, and with all due respect to Jordan Eberle, Canada is a pretty deep country when it comes to hockey. And that is part of the situation. I don't think it's that crucial that he's injured at the start of camp. I know they are high on Jordan Eberle. They want him to be part of the leadership group for Team Canada this year at the World Juniors in Ottawa. So I don't think it's critical that he performs at this camp. I think they've already sort of made their mind up about Jordan Eberle. I think he's going to be okay, which is more reason he's going to have some time to rest that injured hip flexor. And I know there might be a concern. Well, does the guy need to get out there? Does he need to push himself? Can he play through the pain? Listen, this is not without precedent. This has happened to Team Canada before. They've had players who are a little bit banged up in camp, but they are players they knew they were going to depend on during the tournament. They allowed them to rest. And I'll tell you this, with the amount of pressure there is on Team Canada to deliver a gold medal each and every year, they will take every precaution with Jordan Eberle.
Okay, now the bigger part of this story is long-term effect. And GM of the Pats, Brent Parker, has already come out and said he would never prevent any of his players from going and representing their country. But at the same point in time, should he be not concerned about his investment in Jordan Eberle?
Of course he should, but I think he should be okay with where Jordan Eberle is right now because he's with Team Canada. And if you want an organization that is going to take care of its players, it's Team Canada. Because there's pressure for Jordan Eberle to perform for the Pats. Think of how much pressure there is for him to perform for Team Canada. I mean, you know how many people will be talking if Canada does not come home with a gold medal. As I said before,
but is there not that pressure though to play for Team Canada because he knows he may not get another opportunity? Would he not kind of go out on a limb, even though he may still be injured, to force it?
Yeah, of course he would, and every kid in this country would do the exact same thing. They would suck it up, they would play through the pain. We've seen that time and time again. That said, Canada's not willing to take any chances, especially hosting the tournament this year, Dan. If Jordan Eberle is not right, they'll have somebody else playing for him. They won't take that chance.
All right, we briefly saw it there just a moment ago. It's Brett Sonny, and he's had an unbelievable week. He is going to the World Junior Camp in Ottawa tomorrow. He's a reigning Boston Pizza Player of the Week. Huge game last week. I mean, we can go on and on about the stats about this guy, but he's just having a great year, plain simple.
Yeah, he certainly is, leading the WHL in scoring right now with 55 points, 12 points in 5 games this month, Dan. And I'll tell you what, the reason I really like Brett Sonny's chances of being on this team, versatility. This is a guy who has played a checking role before in Calgary. He burst onto the scene really from a points production standpoint this year. He had the broken ankle last year and missed the opportunity to compete for a job on Team Canada. He is hungry to get on this squad, but what I most liked about his comments was what he said earlier this week and again last week as well. He reiterated it. He said, look, I will do whatever they ask me to do. I can chip in a little bit offensively, but I can play defense. I will work hard, special teams, whatever they need, I'm there to do. That's the right attitude to have in going to a camp like this.
I was going to say, Pat Quinn, head coach of the World Junior team, and I know Dave Lowry loves that about him, head coach of the Hitmen. That's a pretty nice option to have when you have a guy there who's so unselfish, saying, I'll do whatever it takes.
Well, and we see this with a number of players, and the players who generally don't make Team Canada are the players who are unwilling to adapt to another role. Most of the players selected, Dan, come from an environment where they are a team's leading scorer. They are a captain. They carry a team offensively. On the blue line, of course, it's defensively as well. But unless they're able to adapt to a situation where they're surrounded by the same type of players, some of these guys have to take on different roles. Brett Sonny's guy, I think, that can adapt.
Well, we'll get to talk to about the World Juniors as it carries on throughout the next week, but that's all the time we have tonight. We will see you again on Friday.
Sounds good, Dan. I'll be back.
Absolutely. Thanks for doing this. WHL Central is pleased to recognize Cal Tire as a WHL Prestige partner. All right, we got to take a quick break. We got lots more still to come here on the WHL on Shaw right after the break. Brandon outshot Saskatoon 10-9 through one period of play, but they're down 3-0. Bert Gallimore with his 14th of the season, 54 seconds in. Chris Lankow with his 8th, 71 seconds in. And then Curtis Hamilton, his 6th of the season, coming 3 minutes and 49 seconds in. Lankow, by the way, goal and assist tonight. He has got 7 points in his last 3 games. And right now, he's our guest ringside with Tara Campbell at the Credit Union Center.
Chris, what a start to the game. Take us through that first goal you scored there.
It was just, a dump in, and it, got turned over right at the blue line, and I ended up picking it up and just throwing it on net, and luckily it went in, so it's nice to get.
All right, now what do you do to keep up this momentum into the second period?
I think we just got to, stay on an even keel here, not get too high, and, just bear down on getting the puck out and not letting them get any chances in front of the net and high slot and stuff.
All right, great. Now, tell me about having a cousin in the WHL, David Lankow with the Flames. Do you get a lot of advice from him?
I do, I'm pretty close to him, so it's nice to have that for sure. It's a step up, I think, for me, so I get a lot of info from him, and it's really nice.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris.
No problem.
That's Chris Lankow, one goal, one assist. We're going to go back to Dan at WHL.
Venomous stuff.
All right, thank you very much, Tara. Located almost exactly halfway between Saskatoon and Regina is the town of Davidson, Saskatchewan. Population, well, just under 1,000. That is where Braden McNabb of the Kootenay Ice is from. The 6'4", 195-pound blue liner is ranked 15th by Central Scouting among draft-eligible WHL skaters, making him a player to watch as he chases a dream, rather, of one day playing in the NHL.
My name is Braden McNabb. I play defense for the Kootenay Ice. I'm 6'4", 195 pounds from Davidson, Saskatchewan.
He's a real quiet kid. He's very respectful, real good stock. He's very coachable. I mean, if we were to describe him, obviously he asks a lot of questions and he's very proactive in his approach to the game and guys that he's going to be playing against that night and coverage and what have you. So he's a student of the game. He's a great young man and certainly going to be looked upon to play some quality minutes for us this year.
What he brings to the table is really the complete package. I think he can play in all situations. I don't think he's a defensive defenseman. I don't think he's an offensive defenseman, but he can do a little bit of everything, and I think his game is definitely suited for the National Hockey League.
My favorite player is Dion Phaneuf because he plays for the Calgary Flames.
It's usually at the ice blue line that you'll see a guy coming down with his head down. It's a good clean check, shoulder right into the midsection, flatten him right down, and you'll hear it throughout the building. It's a big thump You know, he really lines him up pretty well. He's not a guy that'll attack you in the corners and just muscle you off the puck, but every time he's in the corner, he'll take it away. So he's a guy that already, as a 17-year-old in this club, is a leader on the ice with the way he plays that way.
I choose the WHL because my dad played in the WHL, and that's basically all I grew up watching the Pats, and I always wanted to play in the WHL.
All right, there'll be 3 other games going on this evening. Kamloops and Kootenay, that will be Braden McNabb's. Of course, Kootenay Ice take on the Kamloops Blazer. That game will start at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Also this evening, Swift Current is in PG to take on the Cougars. Cougars 2-0 under interim head coach Wade Klippenstein. They had 2 overtime victories over Everett, and the Seattle Thunderbirds, playing their 24th road game of the year already, are in Vancouver to take on the Giants. The Giants, of course, just have 2 losses in regulation so far this year. They are one of the best teams in the AA, and the, of course, Calgary Hitmen. That does it for us for now here at WHL Central in Vancouver. Time now to send it back to Saskatoon, where Ray and Cam are standing by with more through 20 minutes of play. I think they're there. I'm pretty sure they're there. You need time. It is 3-0.
Score early, score often. If you're the Saskatoon Blades in this one, Cam.
Yeah, great start for the Blades. They got to be really happy with the way things started off in the first period, because they get back after the long road trip. You want to play well at home. You want to impress your hometown fans, and they were able to do that.
Yeah, well, there's no kidding. And it was 4.5 minutes into the hockey game when the onslaught started for Brandon. Things just went from bad to worse, especially in their own end.
Yeah, it really did. Bert Gallimore is the one that gets it going for the Blades. And this finds a little bit of room in the 5-hole as he pulls it to the middle, changes the angle on the shot. Hey, Gallimore getting his 14th of the season. And how about Hamilton there coming through? Besland gambled, he lost. Hamilton was able to come in and get a great opportunity. And you look at the way Hamilton had so much room, so much time, and he even had a guy with him, and he could have went to the front of the net with it. So there was a lot of options, and there was no question that the Blades had a lot of options early in this game. Then just about making it 4-0. Milan Keatnar puts it right off the post, had a great chance. Wheat Kings come back, in 5-on-3, they get some opportunities, and they're one with Holtby having it just in behind him. I had to make a couple of saves on that 5-on-3. You need your goaltender to make some stops in a 5-on-3 situation, and Braden Holtby did that for the Blades.
So here's your first period scoring summary brought to you by Sobeys. At one point in time, the Blades were out shooting Brandon 8-2, but Brandon has taken the leads in shots, but they need some goals. Down by 3. The second period is on the way. Yes, they cheered till they're blue in the face here in Saskatoon. 3-0 Blades over Brandon. Western Hockey League play on Shaw TV. Back at Credit Union Center, used to be known as Saskatchewan Place. Some great players played at the old arena downtown on 19th Street in Saskatoon, and in this building as well. That's started out as Saskatchewan Place. 20 years old now, and you see the likes of the Wendell Clarks and Brent Ashton's, Brian Scrudlin's, players that have played here.
Brent Ashton's son, Carter Ashton, playing with the Lethbridge Hurricanes, is highly touted for the NHL draft in 09.
I'm sure that Cam Moon retirement number day is on the calendar for the Blades soon.
Anytime now.
Brody Milnichuk tries to start the rush here for Brandon as they look to get an early jump here.
We wiped their feet on it on our way in, didn't we?
When did you change your name to welcome? This is Herb. Tried to get it up to fair, but Patterson holds it in for the Blades. Jay Fair now. Backhand, and the puck is out to center. Blades step back into their own end. Tegan's on. Moves the puck down. So if you're Brandon now, do you try to slow the pace down as Braden Shen steps in, nifty move, and tries to dangle again, another shot, and he just missed out on a rebound opportunity. This is Calvert who fans on his chance, and now Gallimore will bring it back in over the line. Stone knocks him off the puck.
I think the Wheat Kings, they got to go at the Blades. They're down by 3. Certainly they have to shore things up in their own end, and it looked like they did that in the second half of the first period. They got an intermission under their belt, but they have to create things offensively. They might have to open it up a little bit.
Here's Stephen Elliott with a shot. Gallimore going to the net. Sam Clausen now pinches in. Keith Hawley picks it up for Brandon. Gallimore couldn't hold it in as he was bumped by Stone, and the puck comes out to center. Klassen fires that right back into the corner as the Blades go for a change. Hamilton, Chernenko, and Lankow come out as Keith Hawley steps behind his net for Brandon.
Lanko had some skate issues in the first period, but they got that all figured out, and he's right back out there.
Brandon pinned in again with a 3-goal lead. I'm not sure this is going to be the most entertaining hockey, but the Blades are content to kind of hang back and see what Brandon can bring. Chris Lankow to Hamilton, try to get it to Chernenko. Gloved by Curtis Hamilton, back for Ryan Funk. Puck picked up by Del Cowan. Cowan tries to take the return pass, goes off his skate, and Schneider's forced to dump it down into the Saskatoon end.
And you get a 3-on-2 like the Wheat Kings do, and then you make a pass that goes off a guy's skate. It's got to be frustrating for the coaches because the odd man opportunities have been few and far between.
Mark Schneider tried to play it ahead to Chiarelli, off the glass and down into the Saskatoon end. Funk forced to hit the deck there as he lost his balance. Off the glass and out to center. This is Reach against Erb. Mike Reach with a pass across. Inglis couldn't handle that. Charles Inglis trying to pull the trigger. Chiarelli for Brandon. Yuri Niemi going back for it for Saskatoon. Number 8 for Nichols. He's watched by Erb. Niemi picks it up. Coming in with Inglis. Also in Josh Nichols, number 20. Reach against Roback. Charles Inglis trying to get a centering pass away. Josh Nichols plays it back for Yuri Niemi, who plays that around the boards to the far side. Colby Roback and Lowry go for it, and picking it up, it's Matt Lowry. For Jay Fair. Trying to get a pass across to Clark, but the Blades break that up, and Brandon just sends it right into the Saskatoon end.
Yeah, Wheat Kings is trying to get some changes here, get some sustained pressure. It's been tough to do, though. Give the Blades credit. They've played really well defensively.
Tegan's on, off the wall, down the ice, and this will be an icing call. 4 minutes into period 2.
Well, the Wheat Kings getting some opportunity early in the period, and they've played a lot better since that early part of the first. And with Shen coming in and making a couple of moves, Keith Hawley follows the play up, puts it towards the net. He had Shen there looking for the rebound. And then Reach just working hard. Great body position on Chad Erb to make that play happen. If Reach doesn't battle like heck and get that body position, there's no way he gets to that puck. But it was an outstanding effort by Reach, the 20-year-old forward.
One of these young guys sporting the great-looking mustaches, as you pointed out earlier.
I'm wondering what year it was here.
Calvert.
3 goals in 5 minutes.
That's why you headed to the dressing room and put your pads on. A throwback night. Schneider, top of the circle. That one tipped, didn't miss by much. Brody Melnichuk. I only see a couple times a year. I got to give you this one again. Calvert.
We hear safety dance. It's clinched. It's 80s night for sure.
And the puck down into the Brandon zone. Zerzinski beats his man to it as he outraces Melnichuk for it. That was good. Braden Shen drops it back, and now it's Brody Melnichuk on the far boards. Clark tries to get around his man. Puck ends up going behind the net where Braden Holtby leaves it for Saskatoon. We played 5 minutes of period 2. Shots 11-11. Burke Gallimore for Keetnar. Watched by Ollie. Milan Keetnar will play it right back to Hulak, but that's broken up. Nice job by Brandon as now they try to come away and make something happen. Nathan Green with Cowan on the doorstep. Cowan gets a shot away, and that one stopped from close range. Big opportunity there for Del Cowan. Lewodniak against Clausen. Derek Hulak has to step back and help out his defensive mates. And now it's Stephen Elliott turning away from his man. Del Cowan couldn't catch up to him. Out to center. Hulak plays it back. There's a quick shot. That one let go by Keetnar. Brody Melnichuk in over the line. Lowry steps over to bump his man. Now here's a chance. Curtis Hamilton waiting for his mates. Funk, the defenseman, with a burst of speed racing to the net. That's him in the corner with a shot. Langkow picks it up. Brandon tries to get the puck out, but Funk back at his spot for Langkow, who has a look. Centers it for Hamilton. This is Brandon Wall. Curtis Hamilton around the boards. Langkow against Erb. Adam Chernenko trying to catch up to the puck, but Brandon will get it out.
Great play there by Curtis Hamilton. He made sure he was the third guy high. They didn't have control of the puck at the Brandon zone, and all of a sudden Wheat Kings come out. Instead of it being a 3-on-2, it's a 3-on-3. He's able to force the turnover just inside the blue line.
Mark Schneider, one of the local products, a Brandon player. Centering pass here, an opportunity for the Blades. They don't miss by much as Inglis was stepping in, taking the pass from reach. Now Brandon will have to retreat from this puck. Colby Roback working against Nichols. Nichols steps out though, has a long look behind the net. Back for Niemi, who lets it go, and the save made by Andrew Hayes. That goes up into the net again. Out of play with 12:41 to go. Good pace to the second period. So you don't think Brandon has to slow play down? You think they really have to bring it even though they're on the road?
Oh, I think they do. And this all starts with great forecheck by Reach. Nichols had a chance to go to the net there. He had some room. He wanted to go in behind and make a play. I think he would have had a really good chance had he gone to the net. You're probably going to take a whack or a hit or what have you, but sometimes you need to pay that price. He did, however, get it back to the point, still got an opportunity. It all started, though, on the forecheck by Reach.
Hamilton trying to get a handle on it against Keith Ollie. Chad Erb, number 2 for Brandon, gets it ahead. Lewandniak with a quick pass, and now Brandon tries to make something happen. This is Green trying to get it to Cowan. Lewandniak going in there as well. Hamilton quickly tried to backhand that puck out as the Blades work against the Brandon team. A little spring in their step here in the last 20 seconds or so. Lewandniak gets it back. Erb with a shot through traffic. Wide of the net. Keith Ollie sets it down, lets a shot go. That one tipped in front, but misses. Hamilton manages to move the puck out to center ice.
The Wheat Kings having a pretty good period, though. Like, they've had some opportunities in this period. They need to get one, though. It'll get them right back in it, quite honestly. But they've had a good second period.
You know what? Their feet are moving, and in the first 5 minutes of the first, they weren't.
No, they weren't.
I'm sure Kelly McCrimmon would be the first to admit that. Brendan Wall trying to turn away from Clark. Lowry cruises in to try pick up the puck. But Keetnar grabs it for the Blades. Milan Keetnar. Over the line, drops it back. Hulak with a shot, and that one gloved, and Andrew Hayes hangs on. 11:14 now to go in period 2.
Well, Milan Keetnar gets an opportunity here. The Edmonton Oilers draft pick at least sets up the opportunity. He's going to be one of 2 guys that are gone at the World Juniors also for Saskatoon. Keetnar is going to be with the Slovakian World Junior team, and Yuri Niemi with Team Finland. So Saskatoon is very likely to be missing a couple of guys for a couple, 3 weeks. So he's been a good addition since coming over from the Kelowna Rockets in an off-season deal.
Yes, Niemi to the Finnish team, and Keetnar, as Cam points out, to Slovakia.
No, it's quite a sacrifice that the teams make when you lose a player for 3 playing weeks anyway. It's a long time. They're high-profile guys.
Braden Shen, that shot is blocked by Clausen. Shen going forward in the corner. Steps behind the net. Patterson was watching him though. Ollie at the point with a shot. Stopped. Blades try to bring it out, but that hits the skate. This could be a break. Jeff Calvert turns, shoots. Holtby with that stop. Darian Zerzinski lifts the puck down into the Brandon end. Keith Ollie goes back for it. Green watched by Inglis. Niemi just kind of pushes the puck ahead. Josh Nichols now with it for Saskatoon. Against Colby Roback, tried to work the puck in, but Keith Ollie's there to pick it up. Yuri Niemi in the neutral zone, back down into the Brandon end, and because he was on his own side of center, That is icing. 9:57 to go in period 2. Still 3-0 for the home side. This is Western Hockey League action on Shaw TV.
Back with head coach of the Wheat Kings, Kelly McCrimmon. How important is the next goal for your team?
Well, it's huge. We obviously put ourselves in a hole early with the 3-goal deficit, and we managed to stop the bleeding. For now, we got to find ourselves that first goal. It could change the game for us.
All right, now you have 3 players heading off to the National Junior Selection Camp. What do you do to adjust while those players are gone for a few games?
Well, we'll give some of our other players more responsibility. A lot of teams are in a similar situation that comes with the territory at this time of year. We're proud of the guys that are getting that opportunity.
All right, thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Let's go back up to Ray.
Nicely done, Tara. Yeah, you bet. It is a feather in the cap to the programs, and like you said, it provides its challenges, but no doubt these coaches are happy to see these guys go and get this opportunity.
It always seems that the players come back the better for it, too. In the second half of the season, guys that play for Team Canada always pick it up.
Adam Chernenko with a burst of speed and a shot. Didn't miss by much. Top right-hand corner. And Andrew Hayes had the trapper up. Didn't need it, but that was close.
Well, Blades driving the puck hard into the Brandon Wheat King end, and it all starts with Chris Lanko, and Adam Chernenko gets the opportunity coming over from the Lethbridge Hurricane, a real veteran of the Western Hockey League. Lanko getting the puck to the middle of the ice, and Chernenko was able to fill that lane and get an opportunity, put it up over the net, unfortunately, but when you drive the puck in deep like that, you create that extra space in the middle of the ice.
The lone blemish on that Blades Western road swing was a 5-1 loss to Vancouver in the final game on Saturday, and Chernenko had the 1 goal.
Well, no shame in that. The Giants have got an unbelievable squad again this year.
Colby Roback trying to play the puck ahead as Brandon tries to get something going. The words of Kelly McCrimmon to Tara Campbell. They've stopped the bleeding. Looking a little stronger here now, but oh, if they could have the first 5 minutes of this game back.
No kidding. They have played well in this period, though.
Cale Jeffries hustling in against Ryan Funk for the Blades. Funk turns, going to be a penalty to the Wheat Kings here. I didn't see it. Funk lifts it down into the Brandon zone. This penalty might be going against Jeffries, actually. It is a hooking call. It'll go against Brandon. With 8:45 to go, the Blades will go to the power play.
So Keith Hawley's gonna, no, it would be Cale Jeffries.
Yeah.
Cale Jeffries, pardon me, going off. So Saskatoon gets their first chance with the man advantage. So it's been a relatively clean game. But Jeffries getting in there and just getting the hook in there ever so slightly, but enough for the call, I guess.
I guess.
Saskatoon's 18th in the Western League on the power play at 16%.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you really going to call it?
I guess.
Milan Keitnar. Turning. This is Stephen Elliott with a shot through traffic. Derek Hulak plays it back. Sam Clausen tees it up. Hits the net. Back again. Clausen holds it in for Elliott. Hulak at the circle. Breaking in was Sam Clausen. He made the pass and then broke to the net, but couldn't handle the pass from Hulak. Blades plugging away here. Milan Keitnar out on this power play also, but Brandon gets it out.
Great movement on the power play by Saskatoon. Not only are they moving the puck, but everybody's moving their feet. That's tough to defend. They're all standing still. It's actually quite easy, but they're really moving.
When Clausen pinched, if he would have had that pass, that could have been trouble for Brandon. Melnichuk sends this the length of the ice now with 45 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Braden Shen goes down on the forecheck. Blades lifted into the near corner. Adam Chernenko after it. And on the change, Brandon gets a break. Braden Shen tried to get the pass through to Torelli up high. Hold me down and out, but Shen at the end of his shift just lofted it over the net. Chernenko for Hamilton. Niemi holds it in. Teagan's on. Niemi tees it up. Big stop there from Hayes. Chernenko lets that go to Niemi. Chernenko. And it's broken up. Good job by Brody Melnichuk. Both teams at full strength now. Holtby way out of his net to play this one. Stone tried the long shot, and luckily stepping back was Tegan Zahn to make that. 6:30 to go in period 2, and Tegan Zahn had to come back and play goaltender all of a sudden as the Brandon Wheat Kings had this chance.
Well, Braden Shen starting it, putting it to the net. Love the desperation here. Shen gets the rebound. The desperation by Holtby. There was no way he was going to let that play die. Now, of course, the Wheat Kings still had a guy caught way offside. But still, Holtby getting that puck to the blue line, unfortunately, right onto the stick of a Wheat Kings player.
Wow. Bash away at that puck, get it off the net. Niemi plays it around and manages to move the puck down into the Brandon zone. Colby Roback turns and fires it up. Lowry trying to move it ahead for Clark. Jay Fair out there as well, number 24. Patterson tried to drop that for Zerzinski, and now he has it. Zerzinski with Wintoniak. Zerzinski with a shot off the trapper of Hayes. Far side, Darian Zerzinski, the Lloydminster product. Number 26, trying to work his way in. 9 points this year for Darian Zerzinski, who made an impression by not backing down last year when he got called up from Lloydminster and has really found his spot here with his team now.
Wow, he'll just fly out there too, and when he's taking the body, I mean, you really got to keep your eye out when he's on the ice.
Zerzinski with a chance, off the post.
What a great drive to the net.
You were just talking about his strength.
He's got the place buzzing.
He does.
Oh, it was a great drive to the net.
We talked about him coming up and dropping the gloves when called upon last year in his rookie year, and won a lot of fans over. The crowd would have loved to have seen him carry that opportunity.
Well, that's the second time in the game the Blades have hit the post here.
This is Cowan working against Inglis here as Brandon tries to get something going. Back to Keith Hawley. Green over there trying to make something happen. Nathan Green. This is Lewandniak, and he was held up, and there's going to be a penalty here, I believe, to Ryan Funk as Nichols touches the puck. And it's a holding call, and it's going to go against Funk as he put the clutch on his Wheat King player that he was defending.
Well, as Funk goes to the box, give the Wheat Kings a third power play, but Darian Zerzinski, just a great drive to the net, just got in behind Herb, just enough.
Look at this little chip shot here, too. Look at this. Little chip right there.
Hold it up and straight off the post. And then Funk he lost position on Lewandniak and had to give him a bit of a hold. And that will give the Wheat Kings a chance here. If they get the next goal, it really puts them right back into the game.
Here's Jay Fair with Clark and Green out there as well. Fair. Keith Hawley stepping up now. It's been pinching a little bit here to help keep this puck in and generate some chances. Now it's Hawley at the line for Lowry. Back for Keith Hawley. There's a shot from Clark. Green on the doorstep. Brandon holds it in. Good job by Keith Hawley to make sure that puck didn't get out. Now it's Jay Fair being watched by Milan Kitnar all the way back to Hawley with a shot through traffic. That one up off the mesh and out of play with 1:14 to go in the man advantage.
Well, Keith Hawley with a lot of room on the point. Wheat Kings able to drive the puck down low, and it creates all that open space in the high slot area. Hawley with a great job to keep that puck in. But they're starting to get it to the net, hopefully making some saves, and there's loose pucks exactly where you want them in the high slot area. Wheat Kings have to find a way to get to those loose pucks.
Hawley sends that in. Holtby can't hold it. Stephen Elliott tries to hustle over and move this puck out. Matt Lowry steps, lets a shot go in front. Shen has it on the near boards. Braden Shen back for Lowry, who shoots another one. That one blocked. Lowry plays it on the far side. This is Hawley for Braden Shen. Holtby handles that one easy. Shen from the top of the circle again. Back for Keith Ollie, who shoots it, stopped. Wide of the net, finally golfed by Stephen Elliott around the boards and down the ice. Less than a half minute to go in the power play.
Great job by Walker Wintoniak on that last shift to block some shots up near the point and getting in those shooting lanes. It takes some guts.
Lewandowski trying to keep the puck in, but Jay Fair has to retreat. Roback for Fair. Colby Roback with the puck in center. Lifts it in. Clark on the chase. Tegan's on back there as well. He's content to see if that puck will stay on the net, but it doesn't. Colby Roback has it. Melnichuk hustling off, steps to the circle, lets a shot go. That one did not find the mark. Clark with the backhand. Yuri Niemi had the puck, moves it over to Hamilton. Nathan Green tries to kick the puck loose. Both teams at full strength now, less than 2 to go in period 2. Still 3-0, but a much better effort from the Brandon Wheat Kings in the second period. Brody Melnichuk tried to move the puck ahead for Jay Fair. Bert Gallimore trying to track the puck down for Saskatoon at the Brandon line. Now Yuri Niemi going back for it. Del Cowan keeping an eye on him. So on the far side now, it's Tegan Zahn who tried to hit his man with a pass. Too far for him. And the face-off will come back down into the Saskatoon end with 1:26 to go.
Walker Wintoniak on the penalty kill, just really pressuring up at the point, getting in the way of the shot. When Matt Lowry's lining up and he's getting down there to get in the way, it can't feel good knowing that thing's about to drill you, but Wintoniak's been getting in the way of those shots, and that's what he does. That's why he's such an effective penalty killer. But that takes some moxie, and the 19-year-old from Flin Flon, Manitoba is not afraid to get in front of that.
Puck comes out to the neutral ice area. Kulak, bumped by Chiarelli. Kulak moves it to the far boards. Tegan's on, will just lift it down where Andrew Hayes will play it ahead. Milan Keitnar tries to move it for Gallimore.
It's the Red Wing Shoes.
Less than a minute to go. At center, Clausen will try to lift it back into the Brandon zone, but it stays at center. Finally picked up there by Milan Keitnar, but play whistled down. 47.7 to go on the clock now.
Well, Keitnar's been able to really create some opportunities here tonight. Kelly McCrimmon, the head coach of the Brandon Wheat Kings, they've had to deal with that early, but certainly they've found a way to rally in this game and get right back to playing well. Just need to score some goals, but they're able to get one. They should really get some momentum swinging their way.
Niemi plays it on the far side for Tegan Zahn. Colby Roback going for the puck for the Wheat Kings. Jay Fair tries to lift it out for Braden Shannon. Opportunity, Galen Patterson scores! Bad giveaway by the Wheat Kings. And it's 4-0 for the Blades as Brandon, who had put a pretty good second period together, allows a Blades goal with 23 seconds left in the second.
Oh, it's a tough giveaway at the blue line. Heads up play though by Wintoniak. He got his stick in there. That created the opportunity for Galen Patterson. And just really tough giveaway in the late part of the period for the Brandon Wheat Kings. As you were saying, we're playing well. But Wintoniak gets his stick on it, it creates a chance. And Saskatoon Blades have done a great job of shooting the puck. They're finding the holes on Hayes.
Shots 18-18. That's even. But the score is not, as the home side has taken a 4-0 lead. How disheartening is this going to be for Brandon?
Oh, that has to be absolutely crushing. If they can battle back in the third period, well, good on them. But when you play a good period like that and can't get any by Braden Holtby and then give one up late in the period, that's really tough.
Yeah, that's very tough. Dan Elliott, let's send it back to Vancouver. 4-0 Blades after 40.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, Braden Holtby going for his 19th victory of the season. That would lead the WHL in victories. Right now, he is at 18, of course, tied with a couple other guys. Here's what's coming up after 40 minutes here on the WHL on Shaw. One-on-one with the Wheat Kings captain and World Junior hopeful Keith Ollie. His teammate Braden Shen will be our ringside guest, plus a feature on the Blade surprise sniper this season. That's Bert Gallimar. All that plus highlights and more reaction from Ray and Cam through 40 minutes. That's coming up after the break. Welcome back to WHL Central in Vancouver. Just one goal in that second period coming in the last minute. Galen Patterson, his 10th of the season, to give Saskatoon a 4-0 lead. 18 other shots. As I said before, Braden Holtby's on pace for his 19th victory of the season. Right now, he's tied at 18 wins with Chet Pickard and Martin Jones. Now, 7 of the 38 players invited to this year's World Junior Selection Camp for Canada are captains of their own team. Among that group is Brandon's Keith Ollie. If he makes the team, the hulking blue liner, who stands 6'6", 220 pounds, could be a force to be reckoned with at this year's World Championship tournament, especially on the North American ice surface. Cam Moon caught up with him before the game to get his thoughts on this season and the upcoming selection camp.
Tell me about your thoughts going in and how much are you looking forward to this?
Oh, it's a big thing for me. I guess I'm really excited. You know, I went to the summer camp and saw some good players there and was exposed to some good coaching and saw what it's going to take to make that team. So to get the invite to the December camp, I'm really excited and hope to go there and show my best.
If you're able to be successful, make that squad, represent Canada at the World Juniors, I know it's something that most kids grow up watching during the holiday season. What would that mean to you?
Oh, I don't think it gets much better than that. You know, watching that tournament for, you know, as long as I can remember at Christmas time, it's just been unbelievable seeing the players that have gone through there and how much fun they've had and seeing what they've accomplished. It just, you know, it gives you shivers thinking that maybe you could be a part of that.
4 years with the Brandon Wheat Kings, this being your 4th season, and you know, a long time in that town now and a big part of the community. Tell me about your time with the Wheat Kings and how you've enjoyed that.
Oh, it's been awesome. Coming as a 16-year-old, you don't really know what to expect, and you're just kind of new to the league and new to a new city and new to a new family in Brandon. But I can't say enough about the city of Brandon and the organization of the Wheat Kings and my billets there. It's just been an awesome time, and I think on the ice I've grown every year and gotten better, and now this year we're looking to make a run at it. I know we've got a good team, and we just got to get playing a little bit more consistent. So it's been a really good time.
I know that next season the team's hosting the Memorial Cup, but chances are you'll be playing pro hockey next season, but you've been around the community for this long. You know they're going to do a great job with that event, don't you?
Yeah, they'll put their all into it, and I know the place is just jacked up right now for next year, and knowing what it's going to bring to a city like Brandon, and it's going to be a lot of excitement being there. You know, they're going to upgrade the rink and everything else that goes along with it. So we're real happy for the city of Brandon that's going to be able to host such a thing like that.
You're a Calgary Flame draft pick, looking to get a contract from the Flames. Tell me about your status with them right now. Are you in contact with them at all?
Well, not really yet. I'm just focusing on my play on the ice, I guess, so far. I really don't want to worry too much about stuff like that, and maybe just leave it for later, I guess. You know, just trying to do my best on the ice and keep on improving, and maybe it'll come one of these days.
From Rollo, Saskatchewan, the home of Corner Gas. Tell me if you've seen the show being filmed at all during the summertime.
It's very prominent in a small town that size, you know. Probably half the people that are in Rollo in the summer are probably the cameramen and actors and everything else that go along with Corner Gas. So it's really good for the town, and it's pretty exciting. And one of the big things for us is we're always trying to haul grain through there, and we have to stop the stop sign. So that's the big harassment that they do with us, but it's no big deal. So no, it's pretty cool just seeing all the actors and actresses go through there.
Have you got on the show yet?
No, they asked me to do I was supposed to mini golf or something in the background, but turned out I was away that day doing something. I forget what it was. So I was pretty mad about that.
You're a Rider fan?
Big time.
Keith, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Of course he's a Rider fan. He's from Saskatchewan. WHL Central is pleased to recognize Cal Tire as a WHL Prestige partner. All right, don't go anywhere. After the break, we take a closer look at Saskatoon Blades forward Bert Gallimore. That's next right here on the WHL on Shaw. We're back here at WHL Central in Vancouver. Saskatoon Blades, they do great on the road, looking pretty good at home tonight. They're leading the Brandon Wheat Kings 4-0 through 40 minutes of play. Bert Gallimore, his 14th of the season. Chris Lankow, his 8th. Curtis Hamilton, his 6th. And Galen Patterson, his 10th of the season so far. Hamilton, Lankow, each with a goal and assist. Braden Holtby has made 18 saves through 2 periods of play. Now, Braden Shen is the second leading scorer on the Brandon Wheat Kings. He has 36 points, but of course held off the score sheet tonight. Right now, though, he's standing by at the Credit Union Center in Saskatoon with our Tara Campbell.
Braden, how tough is that last goal for you guys?
I think that's it's not a killer for us, but we just got to come back in the third here, battle back, just keep it simple and get shots on net.
All right, you're back in Saskatoon here. It's always a little extra motivation. It's your hometown. What do you do in the third period to show your hometown that you've got what it takes to take this game home?
I think we just got to come up with a good start here. Like I said, just get pucks on net, keep it simple, and get the cycle game going down low.
All right, now you're headed off to the National Junior Selection Camp tomorrow. How excited are you at the prospects of representing Team Canada?
Oh no, it's a great honor. To get selected to go to the camp. It's gonna be a good battle there, good test, and it's gonna go there, compete, and hope for the best.
All right, thank you, Braden.
All right, thank you.
That's Braden Shen of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Let's go back to WHL Central.
Of course, his brother Luke was a fantastic player for Kelowna, Team Canada now with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, Bert Gallimore didn't waste any time this year, making an impression on Blades head coach Lauren Mulliken. Gallimore scored 10 goals in his first 11 games. He's got one tonight, solidifying his spot on the top line alongside Milan Kittner and Derek Hulak. And this just his first full season in the WHL. We learn more about the Edmonton, Alberta native in this Husky player profile.
When the NHL Central Scouting Report was released last week, Saskatoon Blades rookie Bert Gallimore was ranked number 12 among WHL skaters. It's an honor the Edmonton, Alberta native was not expecting.
Well, actually, I didn't even know about it until Strush came in and shook my hand and said congratulations. I was like, I didn't really know, but now that I know, it's good, that I've had the start that I've had, but there's still a long time until the draft, and a lot can happen over the season, so I'm not going to let it go to my head, and I'm just going to try and improve my position on that.
At a very young age, Bert Gallimore realized hockey would play a major role in his life.
Since I was 2, I've been trying to skate. I didn't really learn until I was 4, but it's always been what I've wanted to do, and it still is, and I'm just going to try and take it as far as I can.
Gallimore's performance so far this season has not only impressed the NHL scouts, but head coach of the Saskatoon Blades, Lauren Mulliken, is equally impressed with the rookie's performance.
One thing about Gallimore is that he anticipates the play extremely well. He seems to be able to get to areas where his teammates can find him or where pucks are going to end up, and it's a real credit to him. And he's been known over the past as a pure goal scorer, and certainly he's scored a lot of goals for us this year in key situations, which I think is very important. And probably the NHL people that are watching the games see the situations that he plays in, and he's an intelligent player. He's very responsible away from the puck, and that's real important. That's probably one of the biggest reasons why offensively he gets himself into good areas to get the puck. And the other thing that people don't really realize about him is his playmaking ability. When you're on the ice with him, you better be ready, because he can make passes through people over sticks and create opportunities for his teammates that way also.
For Shaw, I'm Tara Campbell.
All right, thank you very much, Tara. There are 3 other games going on tonight in the dub. The Kootenay Ice, they're leading the Kamloops Blazers 2-0 in the first period of play. Dominic Pasovsky, he's got a goal and assist. Dustin Sylvester, the reigning WHL Player of the Month, he has got his 17th goal of the year. Elsewhere this evening, Swift Current will be in Prince George, take on the Cougars. The Cougars, of course, 2-0 underway. Klippenstein, since he took over as head coach for Drew Shenik and Seattle. How about this? Their 24th road game of the year already. They're waiting for that new Kent Event Center to open up. They are in Vancouver to take on the Giants. Tough game for the T-Birds this evening. Let's have a look now at the top 5 leading scorers in the WHL. Pair of Calgary Hitmen sitting atop the list. Brett Sonny, 4 points last night, gives him 23 goals, 55 points. He's got a 7-point lead over his linemate Brandon Kozin, the little man, 23 goals, 48 points, sitting in third. Casey Piero Zabatal, he's playing on that great line with Evander Kane, 35 assists for him. Jamie Benn leads the league in goals. He's got 24 and 45 points. And Jason Reese rounds out the top 5. He's got 21 goals and 43 points. Should mention Justin Bernhardt, Colin Long, also with 43 points. But Reese takes the spot because he has more goals. That's the way it works. All right, time now to find out what Cam and Ray thought about the second period of play as we send it back to them at the Credit Union Center in Saskatoon.
The Wheat Kings are going to have to play some desperate hockey. The Wheat Kings are going to have a real spring in their step to get back into this thing, Cam Moon. Hey, Dan Elliott, I know what a fan you are of top 10s. Here it comes, the CHL top 10, buddy. And there it is. And it is hard to explain how the Saskatoon Blades, even though they are third in the Western Hockey League in victories, are not among the top 10, especially on that Western trip that they went on.
No respect, Ray.
That's
no respect. You don't think that's the rallying cry in that Blade room?
It may very well be.
Yeah.
Nothing against the Hitman Giants or Americans.
No, they're
all
doing
deserve
well
to be there as well. But it is an interesting situation when you look at the Saskatoon Blades. Their record of 22-8-2 coming into today, and they're not among the top 10. But you can see the Hitman Giants and Americans doing well in the top 10. All right, so for this hockey game, I guess the first 5 minutes still a mystery. Perhaps the last 30 seconds a bit of a mystery to Kelly McCrimmon as well.
Oh, every time the Brandon Wheat Kings make a mistake, it's landing up in their net. They started off the second period pretty well. Braden Shen setting up a play for Keith Ollie, but there's Braden Holtby making another good stop. And that's the thing. Holtby's been making some saves. Ollie followed the play up. Got a pretty good chance. Then Darian Zerzinski, what a great drive to the net. Just got past Chad Erb enough to get half a lane, barely a lane. But what an effort. Put it off the post in behind Hayes. And then late in the period, just a tough giveaway at the blue line. Oh, that'll drive coaches crazy. And Galen Patterson is the recipient of a tip from Walker Wintoniak, who just got his stick in there enough to break it up. And Patterson gets in behind Ollie. He finds some room to the glove side, and the Blades get that fourth goal late in the second.
Your second period summary is brought to you by Sobeys. Galen Patterson with that goal with 24 seconds to go in the second period. As the Blades are up 4-0, their fans are happy at Credit Union Center. The third period on the other side of this break. You're watching the Western Hockey League on Shaw TV. Back at Credit Union Center, Brandon Wheat Kings, Saskatoon Blades, home side out front by 4 goals, 4-0. Braden Holtby has had an outstanding showing so far here as Brandon has put 18 shots on the Saskatoon net minder. Here's a look at the Eastern Conference standings coming into tonight's play.
Yeah, if the playoffs started today, Saskatoon would meet Brandon in the first round of the playoffs. But wow, what a tight race right through the Eastern Conference, certainly for the last few playoff spots, as 2 points separating 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Lethbridge and Calgary have won 8 of their last 10 games, and there you see them at 1-5, 2 of the hottest teams in the Eastern Conference.
Oh yeah,
right
the Hurricanes have been coming on here after a bit of a slow start. Saskatoon Blades, what a great start they've had to the game here this evening. 3 goals in the first 3:49.
And what can the Brandon Wheat Kings salvage and muster in this third period as we get set for the final 20? Tegan Zahn moves it over for Yuri Niemi, who plays it ahead, and you will see Darian Zerzinski and this Blades team keep pushing, no doubt. Zerzinski on the forecheck, trying to get that puck away from Erb, but the puck comes back down into the Saskatoon end.
Well, for the Wheat Kings, they really need to have a good third period, finish this thing off strong. For the Blades, they want to get out of this third period without giving up much. I would think defensively, Lorne Mulliken would want this team to be real solid in this last period.
You saw that graphic of that Coach of the Year. Of course, that 1994 season, it was the Blades and Kamloops in
7
the
games.
Western Hockey League final, which went 7 games. Lorne Mulliken was chuckling about that. At the beginning of last year, the Calgary Flames were here for a preseason game against Florida. And Red Warner and Jerome McGinley had a chance to play against each other in that 94 series. And I was joking with them about a scrap that they had in the corner because Jerome McGinley thought he was doing pretty well against Red Warner. And McGinley said, it was kind of embarrassing when I got to the box and all I got was a double minor for roughing. He thought he was in the worst scrap ever with Red Warner. And of course, now they're teammates in Calgary. They had a chuckle about that here a year ago.
I bet they did.
The Blades will be shorthanded. Brandon will go to the power play as Jay Fair was upended. So we'll see if this is that window of opportunity for Brandon to make something happen.
Well, Tarek Kulak's going to go off for interference here. For the Wheat Kings, their 4th power play. They're 0-for-3 with a man advantage. They would certainly serve themselves well to get a goal here on this power play, but at least get some pressure, some sustained pressure, and build a little momentum here in the 3rd period.
And the face-off in the Blades end as well. Ryan Funk steps back, tries to get it to Hamilton. Jay Fair in on the forecheck. Braden Shen, Colby Roback. Lewodniak forced to retreat now. Brandon tries to re-enter the Saskatoon zone as Aaron Lewodniak sends it in. Now it comes back to the Brandon end one more time. Aaron Lewodniak from Carmen, Manitoba. Pass on the near side. Nathan Green tries to work his way around Tegan Zahn. Curtis Hamilton golfs that the length of the ice and back to the Brandon zone.
Wheat Kings need to get that puck a little bit deeper. Just get it in behind the Saskatoon Blade defense, make them turn, and then have that great pressure coming in because you're looking to get that puck back.
Here's an opportunity here for Walker Wintoniak, who shoots. Andrew Hayes wasn't forced to make a huge stop there, not the turnover that the Wheat Kings are looking for. And now here's Lewodniak. Puts the brakes on, tried to get a pass to Jed Cowan. Now it's Patterson trying to catch up with this puck, but Andrew Hayes beats him to it. Patterson missed from a sharp angle as he was able to retreat off the clearing attempt.
Great setup by Wintoniak. As a penalty killer, he's been everywhere on the ice. He's getting opportunities, setting up opportunities, but he's in the right spot. He's positioned himself well defensively, and he's creating offense because of that.
Doing a good job away from the puck in the open ice. That's what they say, playing away from the puck. Here's Braden Shen around Niemi. Has a look, tries to center it. Herb steps up, lets the shot go, scores! That was tipped by Matt Lowry from Neepawa, Manitoba, and the shutout is broken on the power play. Brandon is on the board.
Well, you get the puck on net, get it towards the net, and look for a tip. Great tip by Matt Lowry. And it was just a snapshot. Just get the shot through. Able to set things up on this power play. Lowry smart to go to the front of the net. Let's make sure you get that shot through, and that's exactly what happened. Heads up play by Lowry. And, you know, that gives the Wheat Kings some life here in the 3rd period. It's exactly what they were looking for, and they were able to cash in on this power play.
So Lowry now with 25 points on the year. That was his 5th goal of this season. Lorne Mulliken sending out his 4th line now of Nichols, Breach, and Inglis.
That line's been pretty good here tonight. Mike Reach, the 20-year-old, out there with a couple of 16-year-olds. They've really battled here tonight. Kellen McCrimmon has to be pleased with the way his team has started off this 3rd period. Had a pretty good 2nd period. Unfortunately, give up a late one. See if they can build off of that goal on the power play.
They have one. They're looking for more. Jeffries sends it into the Saskatoon zone. Brendan Wall behind his net. Oh, hit hard. Brendan Wall knocked on his wallet by Matt Lowry at the blue line.
Lowry Go ahead.
I was just going to say, maybe the goal on the hit will give Brandon some life here as they start to lay the body.
Lowry really saw an opportunity there. He stepped up.
And then Lowry lets a shot go that goes off a stick over the glass and out of play. So Brandon, they're starting to talk. They're starting to bring a little edge to their game. They want to see if they can make something happen here in the final 16 minutes.
Well, Wall knew it was coming. He didn't have his head down. His head was up. There's just nothing he could do to get out of the way of it. Just well played by Matt Lowry, a guy that came over a couple seasons ago from the Medicine Hat Tigers. Has fit in real well. Picks up his 5th of the year.
Of course, Brandon will host the Memorial Cup.
Yes.
Galen Patterson trying to weasel his way into the Brandon zone, for lack of a better word. Wintoniak. Patterson drops it back. Now Brandon starting away. Del Cowan trying to get that puck up to Matt Lowry. Chad Erb trying to play it on the near side from Clark. Lowry moves that puck down into the Saskatoon zone. Lewandowski, Chiarelli and Green come out here now for the Wheat Kings. Brody Melnichuk gives up the puck. Bert Gallimore tried to let a shot go, and it is eventually covered by Andrew Hayes with 15:20 to go.
Well, the Wheat Kings hosting the Memorial Cup in 2010, and just the other day releasing that they broke their franchise record for season tickets sold. They're up to 2,759. That eclipses the record of last year of 2,752. So good to see the fans in Western Manitoba taking advantage of the season tickets and getting on board for the Memorial Cup 2010. They're going to do a great job in Brandon. I'm look forward to it. You won't be able to go 5 feet in Brandon without knowing about the Memorial Cup when it's on.
This year it's in Quebec, and then back goes to Brandon here for 2010. Chad Erb going back for it. 15 minutes left to go in period 3. 4-1. Blades put a field goal on the board in the first 5 minutes of this hockey game. They were up 3-0 5 minutes in and just have not looked back. Centering pass, Lewandowski tried to get a shot away. Chiarelli couldn't make it happen, and the Blades will be content to just send it in and give what the Wheat Kings give them. Take what the Wheat Kings give them. Cherneko against Chiarelli. Schneider knocked off the puck by Lenko, but now it's Lewandowski with it at the blue line. He dangles to get around Hulak. Shen plays it to the near side. Lewandowski and Fair out there as well. Shea Fair trying to catch up with the puck, but Derek Hulak lifts it down into the Brandon zone. Bert Gallimore working against Mark Schneider. Schneider goes down, and he appears to be shaken up on the play. Let's whistle down as the puck goes behind the net. There's Mark Schneider down, a Brandon product with 3 points on the year, and he seems to be laboring on a play that looked innocent enough, as Chris Lenko looks like he's nursing a cut.
Yeah, it took a high stick, right? Straight up, caught him on the chin. And that one went undetected by the stripes. And then Schneider just went in awkwardly. Really an innocent looking play, but up against the boards there and just looked like he had twisted a bit.
He lost his balance as he was moving backwards into the boards. There's a look at Chris Lenko from Vegreville, Alberta.
Steve Hildebrand trying to repair him there.
It is a contact sports.
It really looked like an innocent play along the boards, but
it did look like that ankle or that foot kind of twisted up on him. He and Gallimore, it was an innocent enough play. They were just both chasing the puck here. And watch as he turns right there into the boards.
Foot went into the boards.
Yeah.
Right.
Not sure how many more times we need to see that, but so he's off for repairs. 13:57 to go in period 3. Face off to the left of Hayes. Melnichuk moves it ahead. Now here's Clark. Andrew Clark trying to break away from the Blades defenders. Matt Lowry back there as well. Chad Erb tries to hold the puck in, but Yuri Niemi does manage to get the puck out. Sent right back into the Saskatoon zone, though. Tegan's on, bumped hard. Taken off the puck by Lowry. Lowry now carrying it in. Lets a high floater go, high and wide.
Threw the change up there.
He did. Little contact going now. This is Patterson trying to get away from Herb. Patterson lifts that into the Brandon zone.
I'll tell you, I'm not going to write anybody off. You did that game a week ago. Swift Current came back from a 3-1 deficit in the third period.
This is Green pitching in with a shot. Saved by Holtby. Holtby came out, challenged the shooter. Didn't give him a lot to shoot at.
It's a great play by Holtby to cut down me. One little stride right at the last second. That took away that short side upstairs.
And the puck goes the length of the ice for icing with 12:40 to go in period 3. Here's a look at Braden Holtby. Some 20 years ago, his dad Greg was a Saskatoon Blades goaltender. And look at this, comes out, nothing to shoot at.
Just that push at the end makes all the difference in the world. If he doesn't make that push, that's in the net. That just clipped his arm, and that's because he made that last stride at the last second. Braden Holtby now first in minutes played, all-time Blades goaltenders.
Last win for Braden Holtby was December the 5th against Chilliwack. He made 23 stops. And there's one of the KG vets now, Ryan Funk, on this Blades team. He has 6 points, but is no doubt just such a calm presence on that blue line.
Oh, he's been so solid for him back there, giving him a lot of depth on defense when you have the likes of Tegan Zahn and Stefan Elliott, some real high-profile defensemen. A guy like Ryan Funk can just shut things down and really solidify things on the back end.
Braden Shen did a good job to get a centering pass to Fair, who wasn't quite ready for it. Colby Rollback with a floater through traffic in front. Shen on the doorstep, and that was a good opportunity for Brandon. Blades send the puck down into the Brandon zone. Colby Rollback with a long pass for Shen. He's out there with Stone and Fair. Shen takes the shot, tries to put it in front. Holtby makes that stop, and now it's Hulak wheeling away. He gets a long pass up the ice for Gallimore, who's being watched by Keith Ollie. Ollie knocks him off the puck. Rollback to the line, but the Blades do manage to keep it in. Derek Hulak on the near boards now. Back for Sam Clausen. At the point, Stefan Elliott. For Sam Clausen, who shoots it through traffic. You know what? Hayes didn't know where that was.
He sure didn't.
Elliott for Hulak behind the net. Centering pass, Gallimore. Good opportunity, goes wide. Clausen. Centering pass, Keatnar pinching in. Now it's Elliott through traffic with a shot. Clausen plays it around. Hulak centers it. Gallimore trying to get a stick on it. Hulak is out there as well, and this is Keatnar who walks away with the puck. Elliott for Keatnar. Colby Rollback seeing if they can relieve some of this pressure that the Blades have put on. To the line, but not out. Clausen keeps it in. Hulak has a peek. Gallimore in front, but the Brandon Wheat Kings break that up. And they do manage to get it down the ice. So Brandon on their heels a bit here in the last 45 seconds.
Well, Jay Fair just has to ice that puck. The Wheat Kings have been hemmed in. The great puck possession by the Blades. Braden Holtby starting this, making stops down at the Blades end and makes a one through traffic. And thankfully, the loose puck doesn't end up on a Wheat King stick. But then the Blades with all sorts of opportunities. That shot by Clausen, Hayes didn't see it. And when it hit him, you could tell the reaction came late.
Didn't know where it was. Tegan's on. Adam Chernenko is number 44 behind the net for the Blades as they pinch in here. Approaching the midway point of period 3. Yuri Niemi. Chernenko, Lankow. That one was blocked. Lowry was the one that stepped up and blocked that Lankow shot. Tegan's on for Yuri Niemi. They try to get it to Lankow again. Good job by Lowry to lift his stick. Matt Lowry lifted Chris Lankow's stick as he was about to pull the trigger on that one. Chernenko tries to center. Tegan's on. Yuri Niemi. Chris Lankow bumped off the puck here. Colby Roback. And Jay Fair manages to move the puck out to center and down into the Saskatoon zone. Tegan's on is a good look. Then they try that stretch pass. Zahn really knocked on his wallet by Jay Fair. 9:40 to go in period 3, 4-1. The Blades lead the Wheat Kings, but the visitors finally on the board. Western Hockey League play on Shaw TV. There's Chris Lenko of the Blades. His team up 4-1. He's all repaired from Biggerville, Alberta. Back on the ice after getting clipped with a errand high stick.
As his 8th of the season here tonight. Had some opportunities here in the third period. Boy, he's got a good snapshot from that high slot area. Braden Holtby has been outstanding in this game from start to finish. Really, scoring opportunities, I'd give the Blades a slight edge. But overall, Brandon's held in there too. They've had their chances to score. They just haven't scored on them like Saskatoon has.
Brandon has had some stretches of sustained pressure. There's no question about that tonight.
Yeah.
But just maybe not as many as Saskatoon.
Yeah, I'd give the Blades the edge in goal-scoring opportunities, but not by a lot. I mean, Curtis Hamilton has got himself a goal and an assist here this evening.
Came into the night with 15 points. Lots of great players on both teams here tonight. That's why some are surprised it's maybe a little more one-sided than it should be here.
And with all the draft eligible guys that are highly ranked in this game, a lot of NHL scouts following these two teams around. The media room looks like they were giving out $20 bills. There's so many NHL scouts there tonight.
I noticed you asked. Chiarelli tried to come up with the puck, but it's Yuri Niemi behind his net. Niemi off the boards, too far for Zerzinski, and down the ice. Let's go downstairs and join Tara Campbell. Tara.
All right, yeah, the update on Mark Schneider is he came off the ice in a considerable amount of pain. He went into the dressing room with the trainer. He was complaining about his ankle. Apparently he went into the boards in quite an awkward way. I think it's pretty safe to say he will not be back tonight. Back to you, Ray.
Thanks for that, Tara. 9:02 to go in period 3. Melnichuk in front. That's Shen. Lewodniak got knocked down into Braden Holtby. Now Lewodniak gets up, goes for the puck. Chad Erb tries to get that one through. Wintoniak. Wintoniak might be shaken up after taking that wrist shot.
He has blocked a lot of shots here tonight.
Jed Cowan trying to get around Ryan Funk. Brandon Wall. Lewodniak tried to get a piece of him and missed him. Melnichuk goes back for it against Patterson.
Well, when Toniak, not only does he block that shot, then the puck comes over to the wall. He knows he has to take a hit to get it out, but he does.
Nathan Green hustling in with Lewodniak on the doorstep. Green trying to get away from Funk. We talked about how solid he is in the back end. Not allowing much. Here's a chance for Brandon, but they can't get a shot away. Boy, Del Cowan with a real opportunity, but couldn't get his balance, and he comes off the ice somewhat disappointed in that turn of events. In the slot, just couldn't get around and get the puck away. Braden Shen bumped by his man. Jay Fair tries to centering pass. Stone with a shot. Holtby with a stop. And now Inglis carries it away against Colby Roback. Inglis tries to centering pass. Reach with a shot. Now the Blades putting on some pressure. Down into the Saskatoon zone, it's Clausen with the pass ahead. Mike Reach just sends that down into the Brandon end. Andrew Hayes around the boards to the near side. Matt Lowry tries to come back for it. Milan Keepner sends it down into the Brandon zone. Gallimore tries a centering pass, but that is quickly picked up by Clark, and he manages to move the puck out. Clausen gulps it right back into the Brandon zone. Gallimore for Erb. Melnichuk. Jeffries tries to play it ahead. Now this is Lowry. Matt Lowry plays it back. Chad Herb tries the shot. It's blocked, and the Blades bring it out. Milan Keetnar couldn't catch up to that pass. Meldachuk and Keetnar both go down. Derek Hulak for Keetnar, and now Gallimore has a look. Milan Keetnar turns, tries the nifty little backhand pass. That doesn't work out, and Brandon manages to move it to center. Matt Lowry bumped by Clausen, but gets the puck behind the Saskatoon net. Picked up there by Stefan Elliott. Elliott hauled down, and that's going to be a penalty. Aaron Lewodniak is going to go off for upending the Saskatoon Blade.
Well, Lewodniak going to the box. Tripping will be the call. And that's created by the strong drive up the net by Stefan Elliott. Elliott started to get his speed going. He had his feet moving, and Lewodniak didn't have his feet moving to the same degree that Elliott did. Gets his stick in there. The second power play of the night for Saskatoon. They're 0 for 1.
Aaron Lewodniak is Brandon's leading rookie scorer. Came into tonight with 17 points.
A 19-year-old played in the U.S. Hockey League last year with Omaha. Originally a draft pick of the Portland Winterhawks.
There's a shot from Niemi. That one stopped by Hayes. Can he cover up on it? Yes, he does. Some confusion between Hayes and Ollie as to whether Ollie was going to play it or Hayes was going to smother it.
Hayes had to deal with a real blast by Niemi. Niemi has one of the best shots from the point, and he's able to find a way to get that one through. That's a bullet. That's tough to deal with, but Hayes did a good job of keeping it close to his body and able to get cover up that rebound. There was traffic in front of the net looking for a loose puck. Good save by Hayes.
Tegan Zahn has the puck at the point here for the Blades. Yuri Niemi at the line. For Hamilton. We'll give and go here. Chernenko. Gets away from Shen, gets it back to Niemi. Chernenko tried to get the pass across to Tegan Zahn, but that was broken up and sent back down the ice. Brandon shorthanded and down by 3 with 5:20 to go in the third. This is Chris Lankow. Adam Chernenko back for Lankow. Lankow just plays it over for Tegan Zahn. Zahn moves it for Brzezinski. Matt Lowry picking up the puck, trying to get out of his own end with it. Chad Herb is forced to go back for it, though. And with 40 seconds left to go in the Blades man advantage, Stefan Elliott with Wintoniak going to the net. Moves the puck around the boards. Patterson tries to hold that in at the line. Wintoniak loses the puck. Yuri Niemi with a shot. In front, Zerzinski on the doorstep. Tried to drop it back. The no-look pass didn't work, but Zerzinski did a good job of sliding in behind the defender and getting a shot in from close range.
Oh, a good chance there for Zerzinski. The defense of the Wheat Kings, they moved up. They thought that puck was getting out of the zone. It didn't. Zerzinski stayed back, good patience.
And now both teams are at full strength. Clausen bumped by Roback. Keith Ollie for Lewodniak, but play is whistled down. There's going to be a high sticking call, and with that, the Brandon Wheat Kings are going to be shorthanded. This is not the boat they wanted to be in. 3 goals down with 4 minutes left.
Well, Niemi keeping that puck in, and the Wheat King defenders all thought that was getting out, and it didn't. They're very fortunate it didn't wind up in the back of their net. It was a good save by Hayes on Zerzinski. And then Del Cowan going to the box. We got the stick up on Zerzinski. Third power play for the Blades here tonight.
Got robbed, but is in there drawing penalties. Zerzinski doing a good job here. Yuri Niemi loses control of the puck. Jay Fair over the line, tried to get the shot away, but Niemi bumps him off the puck.
What a strong skater Niemi is. He loses the puck at the blue line, has no momentum, and all of a sudden catches up to Fair by his own blue line.
Talked about the finished product on his way to a World Junior camp for Finland. And this guy off to the Slovakian camp, Milan Keetnar. against Keith Hawley. Ryan Funk holds that puck in for Hulak. Back to Funk. Stephen Elliott. Blades working this power play here. Still a minute left in it for Gallimore. Has time to look around. Keitnar skates around. Pinching in is Funk on the doorstep, but didn't happen for the Blades. Brandon gets it out.
Again, good movement by Saskatoon. They're moving the puck. They're moving their feet. Ryan Funk was able to slip in there and get a shot. And the rebound was there. Blades just didn't get to it first, but they're creating opportunity by their movement on these man advantages.
This is Reach. He is knocked down. And now we're going to have our first rough stuff. Melnichuk took down one of the Saskatoon Blades, and this is the first sort of scrum that we've had tonight with 2:19 to go. Brandon trying to instill a little bit of pride in their team after the way things have gone tonight.
Well, that's going to create a crowd. You're going to draw a crowd every time you do something like that. Definitely a penalty is about to be given out. Chad Earp is pleading his case here. But on the forecheck, yeah. Well, you know, he didn't hit him in the back. It looked like he hit Inglis from the side.
Who, Herb?
Yeah, well, he got him on the shoulder. I don't know. He didn't drill him in the numbers, but he hit him in a tough spot in that they're both going towards the boards and he's a couple feet out.
Yeah, but I don't know. Reach and Herb are both on their way to the box.
I think that's what Herb was trying, and Herb's getting the heave-ho here. I think what he's trying to do is plead his case, saying that I tried to hit him from the hit him in the shoulder,
Herb
and not in the back.
Herb not quite leaving quite yet. Now he's on his way out. Leads the Brandon Wheat Kings in penalty minutes with 63 coming into tonight. I don't know. That's a tough call.
You think it was in the back?
Well, I don't think it was in the back. No.
No. It just. He's in a tough spot.
He's in a tough spot.
If you bump into him at that point with the momentum all going towards the boards and knock him off his feet, whether it's from the side or what have you, the guy's going to go in a tough spot.
Mark Schneider, by the way, has gone to hospital for x-rays on that ankle from that injury earlier. So he's on his way to a Saskatoon hospital.
Hope he's going to be all right.
Well, of course, with Kelly McCrimmon losing 3 players to the World Junior Camp, of course, you don't want to see too many injuries crop up.
Oh, no, definitely not. I mean,
no, that's
really, you don't want to have anybody going down with injuries, losing guys to the World Juniors. It certainly chips into one team's depth.
Now, Brandon has 3 skaters on the ice while the Blades have 5. We'll wait for these penalty calls. Of course, there's still 24 seconds left to go in the penalty here to Del Cowan.
The extra 2 is going to Herb. So there had to be some offsetting with Reach.
Right. At any rate, Tegan's on from the top of the circle. That's a shot goal. That one is blocked in it. Comes out. Colby Roback tried to get to that puck first, but Ryan Funk has it for Saskatoon. For Zerzinski. And that puck, that shot, hit a stick and goes over the glass and out of play.
Well, Saskatoon Blades had a tough start to this season. They're rolling right now. They're the top team in the East Division, second in the Eastern Conference. But it wasn't out of the gates. They go 1-4. I know Corey Wolf from the Saskatoon Star Phoenix wrote a column after they were 1-4 that seemed to spark the team, and away they went 10-0-1 after that.
Corey, one of the great Western Hockey League writers.
I'm giving him some credit for the turnaround.
Gallimore. Brandon Wall. Milan Keitnar. They're all in there content to have this puck in the Brandon zone for the duration here on this man advantage. Kulak with a shot. Brandon Wall. Gallimore. Ball to the other side now. Yuri Niami being watched closely there by Paul Chiarelli. There's the shot. Wall again. for Hulak. He skates into the circle. Pass down low for Gallimore. Tries a centering pass. They score! Milan Keitnar with less than a minute to go. Here's the Blades, a 5-1 lead.
Well, Keitnar going to where the goals are scored. Just went to the front of the net. Blades get the puck to the net. Keitnar gets his 9th of the season. A power play goal for the Blades, and they're just able to outman the Wheat Kings in front of their net. Good work by Gallimore to recognize that there was a passing lane to get it in front of the goal, and Keitnar going to the front of the net. For Saskatoon, they've been so opportunistic on their chances to score.
From Topol Kensi, Slovakia, an Oilers draft show. So Josh Nichols is out there now. And there's going to be a penalty, and here's a fight. This is Inglis going against Fair, and Fair goes down, and now Inglis pops up, and now Jeffries, as things deteriorate rather quickly, is going against Zerzinski, but Zerzinski is pounding away, and now Clark is going to get over to see if he can help out as well. So with 43.2 seconds left.
It is 80s night.
Up. It is. Let's hope not. This isn't too much of the 80s I care to relive in a 4-goal hockey game with 43 seconds left, to be quite frank. Zerzinski lots to say as he's taken off the ice.
Well, I think Inglis still has some frustration, probably stemming from that hit that he took from Herb.
Off comes Cale Jeffries. Not sure what instigated all of this. There was the bump that Inglis gave one of the players, and I guess that's when Jay Fair came over and decided that he was going to challenge him.
Spirited, albeit short, bout.
And then there's Zerzinski and Jeffries. Not much to report.
Zerzinski was fighting.
Not much to report on either.
Jeffries didn't even get a chance to get his gloves off. The referee's got to sort all that out.
Well, Inglis stepped up and bumped one of the Brandon Wheat Kings, and that's when Jay Fair came out. Be sure to join us Friday night. The Oil Kings at Rexall Place will host the Chilliwack Bruins, 7 o'clock Mountain Time here on Shaw TV.
Chilliwack making a trip just before the Christmas break into Alberta. Get in there at Rexall, the Edmonton Oil Kings, battling for one of those last playoff spots in the Eastern Conference. Saskatoon Blades, they've got to be pleased with the way things have gone here tonight. A great start to this game, been opportunistic, have weathered a few Brandon Wheat King storms. Derek Hulak, the leader on this club.
I don't think there's anyone, even Blade supporters, that would have predicted a 3-0 start 4 minutes into this hockey game. So let's see what we have. 2 penalties are on the board here for the Blades. Zerzinski and Inglis have the extra 2, so I guess those are instigating penalties, perhaps?
Yeah, I don't. In the case of the Zerzinski fight, I don't even know if his dance partner there would even have got a 5.
This is Roback for Ollie. For Roback, half a minute to go now. Lowry, watched by Wall, and the puck comes down the ice. Final few seconds here as the Blades get a home win. Jed Cowan going into the corner around his men. Final few seconds. Ollie tees one more up. That's stopped. On the doorstep. They bang away. One extra whack at the goaltender. And unfortunately, that leads to one more needless game-ending scrum here in front of Braden Holtby.
Yeah, they don't need this to escalate into anything more. It's 5-on-3 out there.
Well, and it's more so 5-1.
Exactly.
More importantly, but we'll just wait to make sure that this breaks up as Cowan is forced to get away. The Brandon Wheat Kings did stand around to take a couple of extra whacks at Braden Holtby at the game's end, but the Saskatoon Blades, lots to be optimistic about. Winners of 4 of 5 on those tough Western road swings, and a win tonight at home, a place where in the second half of the season they're probably looking for some improvement in the overall record, and they get it done here tonight. 5-1. Blades beat Brandon. Be back with our post-game coverage from Credit Union Center. You're watching the Western Hockey League on Shaw TV. That's the Blades mascot, Poke Check. All smiles.
I like it.
There you go. 5-1. Blades take care of Brandon here tonight. And as I said in the final few moments, who would have thought that either Brandon would have been on their heels, or depending on how you look at it, who would have thought the Blades would have had such a start tonight?
Yeah, Blades had a great start. They took advantage of some odd man rushes. They cashed in by scoring goals, very opportunistic. When the Wheat Kings started to battle back in the second period, some big saves by Braden Holtby, even late in the first period. So he helped weather that storm. Didn't allow the Wheat Kings back into the game.
Well, and the Saskatoon Blades, on the heels of their loss to Vancouver, did have a little bit of rest, but 4 of 5 on the road. There's no doubt that confidence level, combined with the rest, might have explained a little bit as to what they were going through, as opposed to Brandon. They were in Moose Jaw last night and, of course, had a 2-goal lead there and suffered a disheartening loss.
Yeah, they came in. I thought the Wheat Kings would come out firing because of that disappointing loss last evening in Moose Jaw, that they would come out really revved up here tonight. They had a real tough start. Weren't real sharp with the puck, weren't sharp in their own end. They paid the price because of those 3 quick goals in the first 3:49. But Saskatoon, sometimes that first game after a long road trip's a tough one. They didn't allow it to be. They were ready for this game. Good on the coaches for having this team ready, and good on all those players to be sharp for this game.
Right, Braden Holtby is downstairs with Tara Campbell. Tara.
All right, Braden, first of all, was that a shocker coming out and your team in front of you gets 3 quick goals like that?
Well, yeah, it was a shocker, because I know Hazer at the other end is a really good goalie, and he's got loads of talent, but there's 3 really good scoring opportunities, and they happened right in the 5 minutes. So you can't say enough when you have a lead like that.
All right, now you on the other end, you're getting sort of intermittent shots. How tough is it to come up big when you have to?
Well, that's when we play a game like that and we're in there and quite a bit of the game, it's a little tough, but that's what I've had to learn to adapt to with this team this year, because we are that good. And with guys like Shen and Glennie, those guys are really talented, and any second they come down on a breakaway or 2-on-1 and be dangerous. Sorry.
All right, now how big is it getting a win here at home after being on a long road trip out to British Columbia?
Well, it's huge. You usually get a bit bigger of a break after a BC trip like that, but we battled hard and fatigue wasn't a factor. We had some times where we dominated them down low, and that's our strength of our game, is outworking teams, and this is a patented Saskatoon Blades hockey game right here.
All right, thanks a lot, Braden.
Thanks.
All right, that's Braden Holtby, the #1 star of tonight's game. Let's go back to Dan at WHL Central.
All right, thank you very much, Tara. Great job tonight, along with Cam and Ray. And yes, Ray, I do not like the top 10 usually, because Saskatoon's not in it. They should be. They got the win tonight, and here are your Sobeys 3 stars. Braden Holtby, your first star, 23 saves on the night, league-leading 19th win of the season. Bert Gallimore, he is your second star, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Walker Antoniak rounds out the stars, all of them Blades, of course. He had 1 assist on the night. Remember, for great meal ideas and ingredients, just add Sobeys. All right, we need to take a quick break, but we'll be back to wrap things up for our game, as well as take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard one more time. All right, 3 other games this evening. The Kamloops Blazers, well, they haven't shown up in Cranbrook yet. They're being outshot 26-4 in the second, and they're trailing 6-0. Dustin Sylvester, he's got 2 goals. Max Reinhart and Dominic Pasovsky each have a goal and 2 assists. Justin Leclerc was in net for 5 of those 6 for the Blazers. 2 other games tonight. Elsewhere, Swift Current leading Prince George 2-1 in the first. Keegan Dansborough, he's got a 16. Should tell you, Dana Tyrell, by the way, signed a 3-year deal with the Tampa Bay Lightning today. He, of course, was a second-round pick of the Lightning back in 2007. Seattle, Vancouver, scoreless in the first period of play. They had 1 meeting earlier this season. Vancouver defeated the T-Birds 10-2. Seattle looking for a better outcome this evening. And as for our game this evening, it was Brandon losing to Saskatoon 5-1. Chris Lankow, Chris Hamilton, Burt Gallimore each with a goal and assist. Patterson and Hittner with the other goals as Saskatoon picks up their 23rd win of the season, their 8th win in their last 11 games as they outshot Brandon 30-24. Braden Holtby, 23 saves for his league-leading 19th victory of the season. Next up on Shaw is meeting the last two expansion teams to join the league. The Chilliwack Bruins pay a visit to Edmonton to take on the Oil Kings this Friday, December 12th. Game time 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 p.m. in the Central Region, and 6 p.m. on the West Coast. As for tonight, the Saskatoon Blades scored 3 goals in the first 3 minutes and 49 seconds and never looked back. They went on to defeat the Brandon Wheat Kings 5-1 for the 23rd victory of the season. Chris Lankow, Curtis Hamilton, and Burt Gallimore each with a goal and an assist for the Blades, as Braden Holtby made 23 saves for his league-leading 19th victory of the season. The Blades have now won 8 of their last 11. For Ray Morrison, Cam Moon, Tara Campbell, Scott Rintoul, WHL Central Producer Grant Wilkins, and our entire crew both in Saskatoon and here in Vancouver, I'm Dan Elliott. Thanks for watching, and see you Friday night.